Hello. How's everyone doing? Oh wait, you can't see me. Hold on. Hello. In a really nerdy way. Hold on. There we go. Now I'm bouncing on the screen. How you doing, everyone? Good to see you again. Yesterday, I was on a lovely little dating show known as Cupid Cringe. I'm gonna miss old Cece, but she's only around once a year. You know, she's got to be on her way. Mary's taken her place, so I don't know if it's comparable really, but you know, Cece's pretty sick. Mary, I mean, they're all right. They're okay. You should give them support still, but you know, they're no CC. It's just not gonna happen. But it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun helping out with that dating show. And if you were there, you would have seen the beautiful commercial, me and the other quality mistakes put together for it in the halftime section. It was a lot of fun. But we're not here for fun, are we? We're here to help Kyle Hyde unexplode his dad. And this is very likely to be the last episode of this series, and we're going to be able to move on. I think I'm going to start playing some more demos of things I'm interested in, because they seem to go over pretty well. We're gearing up, probably going to play the demo to the next Detective Grimoire game coming up next. I have a couple of other things I want to try out, locked and loaded, ready to go. But I'll be honest, I'll miss Kyle Hyde. There's another game from these devs that's apparently pretty beloved and well received that I might check out as well. Oh my god, the winter is destroying me. My throat is all... Ugh, hold on, let me cough real hard. The mucus. Even a squid like me's got mucus. But it's lovely to see you all. All my lovely little mistakes. Let me move us over to good old Kyle Hyde. There's not going to be any music playing, so I'm just going to hop right into it. I had a snowstorm Thursday, and I'll have another one tomorrow. We just got some snow in today. Not like a real storm or anything, but we did get a good little chunk of snow over in my neck of the woods. 4 o'clock. I better make my way down to see Mags. There we go. Now we got some nice music to accompany us. Last episode, we killed Dylan. And now we're about to kill Mags, assuming that she's responsible for the other lady's death. Alright, Mags. Talk to me. Let's get this over with. Who is it? It's Kyle Hyde. Oh, Mr. Hyde. You said 4 o'clock, right? Get open the door. I got something really important that we need to talk about. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Hyde. I'm a little busy at the moment. Could we continue the chat from this morning another time? Are you serious? Now isn't a very good time. Please come back later. Now what? Maybe I should just head back upstairs and try again later. What? I did it on a big old cliffhanger now. Now I feel like a fool. I mean, that's what we gotta do. That's what we gotta do. Who'd be coming down? Is this... Probably Frank? Mr. Hyde. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. Great, now Frank wants me. Kyle, I want you. I've been looking for you. I thought we were meeting later. What do you want? You were in Dylan's room earlier, am I right? Yeah. Well, he looked quite agitated when he left. May I ask what happened in there? He's gone. He cut his losses and left. He left? As it turns out, he's on Niall's payroll. Once I managed to get that out of him, he fled. It's all slotting into place. Well, looks like it's true about him being the person Niall sent here, then. You knew about this? It seems my instincts haven't let me down after all. Did you suspect Dylan? Well, in a manner of speaking. Did you manage to uncover something about Dylan then? Not directly, but I noticed how defensive he was. So, what put you on him? Well, there was something strange about him, something he just couldn't hide. Kind of like the smell that can only be picked up by a seasoned detective like me. Alright, calm down with the glazing, Frank. Let's reel it back a bit, buddy. I guess you set off your detective instinct, huh? Well, yes, you could say that. I noticed that his movements seemed deliberate, and they were done to match hers. Hers? Well, yes, Miss Patrice, of course. And when you understood what kind of woman she is, as I do, you would appreciate that Dylan's movements are rather suspicious. That was the motivation behind me wanting to investigate where he was frequenting. What kind of woman do you think Miss Patrice is? Well, of course I had my own information about her, but after hearing yours, I deduced that Miss Patrice is quite clearly the wife of a villain. Her late husband, George Patrice, was a close friend of Michael McGrath, the one-time owner of Hotel Cape West. He also just happened to be the prime suspect in the murder of Kathy McGrath. You told me that you were able to have a conversation with Michael's son. I would think that he would have told you that. He told you then that he had marked a certain individual as Kathy's murderer. And that individual was George Patrice. Precisely. This was the same conclusion that the first detective on the case came to. So George was the number one suspect, huh? That's what the detective in charge of the original case thought, at least. At the time of the victim's death, he was absent from the party and without an alibi. Conveniently for him, though, his wife Margaret provided him with an alibi later on. You believe he was responsible for the murder? I must admit I do. No, that wouldn't have been our dad was 25 years ago. This kill was 13 years ago. Our dad would have been long dead. Presumably. I see. Not only that, I also firmly believe that he knew the whereabouts of the missing Scarlet Star. What? And if Niall had been using Dylan to watch Miss Patrice, then there's no doubt. Let me get this straight. Earlier you said there was only one person who knew where the Scarlet Star was. And that person was the hotel manager, Michael McGrath. Why then would you say that George Patrice knew? I only meant that Mr. McGrath was the only person working at the hotel who knew. But when we're talking about George Patrice, or Condor's ringleader... What? Well, I find it hard to believe he didn't know all there was to know. There's something more I have to say about the Scarlet Star, though. I feel like we're not getting a big enough reaction out of him just saying that George was the leader of Condor. That seems like a massive discovery. Where was Dylan frequenting? The 4th floor and the basement. Vacant rooms, too. He also tended to enter the other tenants' rooms, insisting he was merely doing maintenance. I can't tell you how many times I spotted him leaving room 306, for example. It goes without saying that he would enter Miss Patrice's room as well. What do you think he was up to? Monitoring and information gathering, all to find clues to locate the Scarlet Star. He was looking for it. So Dylan knew about it too. He let some underling know about the Scarlet Star? Yeah, that is weird. Why would... I mean, I guess he was looking for it, but it still seems weird to give that important job to someone. Hold on, let me just... Okay, never mind. I was just testing how I sounded on stream. I think I'm fine. What else do you know? What else do you know? Well, I intended to talk about that in the cafe. Oh, come on, you mentioned this much. I think you need to tell me everything. No, very persuasive, Mr. Hyde. This is how I see it. Michael McGrath was in possession of the Scarlet Star. But when his wife was killed off, he naturally became frightened, and hid it where nobody else would be able to find it. You mean like in a building that used to be a hotel? Indeed. And I'm positive that he left some sort of means to locate it again later on. He must have figured that at some point somebody would try to obtain the Scarlet Star. He thought someone would come looking for it. Yes, the same people that knew the truth behind its disappearance. But who are these people? Condor's ringleader, George Patrice, and his wife, Margaret. Mike Porter and Peter Reve, too. Naturally, Niall would have been aware as well. Mike and Peter were part of Marie's family. The only ones to survive up until the present day are Miss Patrice and Niall. And all the people who knew the truth behind how the Scarlet Star disappeared. Only Patrice and Niall are left. Hold on. Frank, there's one more person who knew about the disappearance of the Scarlet Star. There is? You. You know exactly how it came to be missing, don't you? Aye. If you won't come clean now, the conversation's over. Oh, fine. Have it your way. The reason I've been looking into the events of this building's past is to restore a certain reputation. What, your reputation? Whose reputation needs restoring? Well, mine, of course. Yours? Well, 25 years ago, I was part of the investigation into Condor, Mr. Hyde. During the investigation, I learned something about Hotel Cape West. I found out that this is where Condor conducted their fencing of stolen jewelry. Well, soon after that, an internal investigation took place and I was removed from the case. I believe I was the victim of a conspiracy perpetrated by a certain person. What kind of person? A conspiracy. It was a plot to remove the person poised to unveil the truth about Condor. Not only did he ruin my good name, but he also deepened his allegiance with Niall. This person, the one who orchestrated the conspiracy, is this Hugh Speck? Are you talking about the mayoral candidate Hugh Speck? I am. He rants incessantly about crushing crime, which got him into the world of politics. But the truth is, it's all a front. He doesn't mean a word of it. Is that why he reopened the case on our dad? Does he think that he can find the star if he looks into it? I'll tell you now, my ultimate aim is to bring him and his corruption down. If I can do that, I have no doubt my reputation will be restored. Mr. Hyde, listen to me, I must sound like some doddering old fool. I was once just a plain and simple detective who wanted for nothing. When I was younger, I was bad-tempered and eager to prove myself. Even though I didn't conform with the norm, I did my job and fought for justice. Then that man and his damned internal investigation stripped me of everything. And all of a sudden, I was just a cog in the machine, working behind a desk. But there was one thing they couldn't take from me, and that was my pride. I quit my job and vowed to uncover the truth about what happened. Well, let me get this straight. Your reason for searching for dirt on Hugh Speck is to try and expose the link between Niall and the LAPD. Exactly. I'm positive, Mr. Hyde, that the Scarlet Star lays hidden somewhere in the building. If I can only find it, I know it will prove to be an invaluable piece of evidence. Michael McGrath definitely left some sort of clue behind before he died. Something that will enable me to finish what I've been trying to do all these years. So you've been trying to find some sort of clue up on the 4th floor? Yes, but all my efforts appear to have been in vain. I've not found a thing. There's always a chance that somebody got to it before me and moved it, though. Moved it? That reminds me, didn't Dylan say something? Well, it's Marie and that Patrice woman, of course. Patrice especially. I'm sure she's still hiding something in her room. Yeah, there's no mistaking it, if you watched her like I have. Mr. Hyde. Yeah? What are you thinking about? Would I be wrong if I suspected you of knowing something? Perhaps something about the place Michael McGrath hid that clue. Dream on. If I knew something about that, you think I'd still be gassing to you? Well then, forgive me. It's just that the look you had on your face made me think so. You must tell me if you know something. Oh, steady on, Granddad. That tone will get you nowhere. I told you I don't know nothing. You're lying and I know it. Look, when I say I don't know, it means I don't know. You can't trick me, Mr. Hyde. You know something and there's no denying it. Now tell me what it is. Hey! You'll keep bawling like that and you'll draw a crowd. Is that what you want? Why are you so agitated all of a sudden, anyway? I'm not agitated at all. I just needed to be sure you weren't attempting to hide anything from me. Trying to force it out of me, huh? Well, Mr. Hyde, since we appear to have exhausted this line of conversation, I see no need to meet in the cafe after all. I assume you agree? Well, then I'll be going. Frank moves away and heads upstairs. Gotta give it to the old guy. He sure wants to find that hiding place. Guess he won't give up until he found Michael McGrath's secret. Should I head back downstairs now? Somebody's coming down the stairs. Well, this would have to be Charles, right? Huh? Oh, it's you again. What do you want? Mr. Hyde, can you spare a moment? Oh, what now? I thought we said all we needed to say about each other. I love you. I wanted to apologize for how I acted just now. I didn't intend to make you angry. It's just like you said. I'm looking for some kind of evidence on Hugh Speck, and that's why I need to find what Michael McGrath left behind. I was curious to see what we could turn up if we put our minds together. Do you have any idea where it might be hidden? Well, yes, I'm sure it's in one of two places. Either the 4th floor, in a place I haven't checked yet, or inside Miss Patrice's room. In Mag's room? Well, yes, there's a very high likelihood that something is hidden there. I was hoping you might have already discovered something on one of your visits there, but since it appears you haven't... Oh, come on, spit it out. What do you want to say? You got something you want to say, I'd rather you just said it. Well, very well, I will. Would you be willing to team up with me so we can search Miss Patrice's room? Really? You're the only one who I can talk to candidly regarding this. Let's just say I agree. How are we going to propose that we get into the place? Well, my plan is to ask her to meet me in the cafe where I'll keep her talking for an hour or so. During which time, you can take a thorough look around her room. And the small matter of a key... Well, don't you worry about that. I'll see that she leaves the door unlocked. You can leave that side of the operation to me. Does Mags know you've been looking into Condor? I doubt it, Mr. Hyde. As far as I can tell, she suspects nothing. I'm sure you're just as eager to have a closer look around her room as I am, Mr. Hyde. Am I right? Yeah, you might be. Well, then it's settled. I'll go and ask her to join me in the cafe. As soon as she's left her room and come with me to the cafe, you should go inside. What you're looking for is... Yeah, I know it. You want me to find something left behind by Michael McGrath. Precisely. Once you're done with your search, come to the cafe. We can discuss what you find after you arrive. Yeah, got it loud and clear. Alright, bro. We're broing up right now. We got a buddy cop film going. I dig it, Frank. I dig it. You and me against the world. Then we'll regroup there. Frank nods and heads towards Mags's room. Let's do this, Frank. I can hear voices. Yes, I understand. Then let's go to the cafe. The sound of footsteps and the two voices trail off towards the cafe. Frank is our dad now. I don't know how he did it, but the door's unlocked. Secret mission, rifle through Mags's room for clues, is now in effect. Take a look at everything. Make sure we're careful. Photos in the small frame appear to be of wheat fields. This is a vase made of white ceramic. It's painted with an elegant floral design. Now that I think, everything in this room has some kind of flowery pattern on it. Guess that's just what Mags is into. A commemorative plate with a gilded floral design around the edge. The attention to detail seems incredible. Must be worth a fortune. I don't think there's anything important out here. See these pictures again. It's a photograph in a frame. Photos of a man playing a tenor saxophone. Photograph in a frame. Photos of a cheerful young woman. It's hard to believe, but this must be a photo of Mags back in her salad days. Her salad days? I haven't heard that one before. Yeah, back in her salad days. It's another one of these wooden cabinets. It's been covered with a large frilly tablecloth. Among other things, there are a TV and some photo frames sat on it. Yeah, it feels like they put those there for a reason. I doubt there would be... I doubt there would be that room if it wasn't important. This picture has the signatures of George and Margaret on it. Nothing really over here. Is that box still on the table with the pocket watch? It is. On the table's a package addressed to Mags. Wonder why someone decided to send her a clock. Wooden coffee table with a square lace tablecloth on it. Sofa has 2 cushions on it. They got the same design, but the colors are different. No more things. Well, let's take a look outside here. Seeing Mags' room for the first time. It's nice in here, I like it. Oh, one of those lights out? Her bedroom. Better search here too. Does look like one of the lights are out, but I saw something under the table here. It's a fancy notepad. Can't see anything written on it, though. There's an inkwell on the desk. Say about half the ink's been used up. Something's on the floor under the table. What's this? It looks like a piece of paper. Got something written on it, alright, but the lower part's missing. Beginning reads, "We know everything, leave this apartment and its secrets immediately." Mal doesn't forget and still bears a grudge against the wife of George Patrice. Well, this is part of a threatening letter. That reminds me, Meg said something when she received that package. I have my reasons for jumping to conclusions, especially with a threat like that. I thought it was somebody's idea of a joke at first and tore it up. But when I saw the lack of a sender on that package, just now, the contents of the letter came back to me in a flash. This must be the missing piece of the letter she showed me from before. So the sender was Niall. In this corner of the room is a wooden desk with a drawer. Nothing too important. Try the makeup stand. The dresser includes a 3-part mirror, just in case you want to look at yourself from every angle. The dresser looks like one that a refined lady might use. Nail polish and lipstick are just some of the thrilling items found in the box. Extra has a lot of makeup. Necklace, a mirror, and various other small accessories are just lying about in a jumble. Nothing super interesting. A weird thing to have there. The closet's pretty big. Mags must have a lot of clothes. There's a red handbag at the bottom of the closet. I could see in a few wars. There's something covered in a white cloth and stuffed into the corner of the closet. The hell is that? We should open it up and take a look. There's a nice looking ornamental wooden box inside. Huh. Wonder what's inside this thing. A puzzle? This is like a latent puzzle. Oh, it's a music box. Wait. There's something stuck in the drum. Looks like a key? What's a key doing in there? What to do about this? Oh wait, here we go. Get it, get it! Well, it was open. It was free. I'm assuming I just have to take it out when it's exposed, right? I like this song though. It's very nice. Let me speed it up a bit. Right. The music stopped. The hell am I supposed to do? Think-eyed. Well, let me make sure it's not like I need to close the DS or something, like, ridiculous to get this one. It's very clear I need to do something when the thing moves over. Let's see. What am I reading right now? What do they expect people to do with this? What? 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 No way. What am I supposed to do with it? How do I mimic this? This requires you like barely closing the DS, but not all the way. Like is the series just dead? Hold on. How am I going to mimic this? On my DS, of course. I'm talking about hypothetically if I was playing on a emulator. Oh no, how am I going to do this? I need to like configure like controls and stuff. Like I need the R keys and what? Okay. Hold on. Okay, let's look at this again. Let's try this again. So, I think there we go. I think I can move the key if I push this thing. Okay, yeah, come on. Come here. Oh my god, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? How am I gonna mimic this? Okay, so... Oh god, wait, what if I... Oh no, I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. So if I hit... Okay, wait. Okay, so I think I need to stop it and then hit it. Oh no, we're so cooked. We might be so over. Oh. Okay, is it fine? It stopped. Can we pull it out? Can we pull it out now? It is closed right now. How do I pull it out? Like, just grab it. Hide, take it. Well, let me look at the instructions again. Let me take a look at this. We're gonna figure this out together. Like a family. Okay, to remove the key, first swivel your DS so that it is no longer book style and you're holding it like you would for a regular game. Slowly flip the non-touch. Wait, I have to. Wait, does the orientation of the DS actually matter? Slowly flip the non-touch screen back down like you're closing the DS, but don't close it all the way. When it is almost closed, at a certain point, you will hear a click. I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. Okay. I'll just leave that there. When it's almost closed, at a certain point, you will hear a click and the music will stop. Keep your DS open just a little bit before that point to allow the music to play and the cylinder to turn. Remember, your finger poised above the R or L. Let the cylinder run until it's almost at the gap, and then quickly stop the music. Press the R or L button. If you think you've lined up the gap with the key correctly, lift the DS cover just a tad, and a glowing dot will appear at the top of the screen where the condor symbol is. If the glowing dot does not appear, it means that the key and the cylinder aren't lined up properly. Repeat the above until you finally get the glowing dot. When you see that, keep your finger on the R or L button and open your DS fully. Tap the glowing dot. It may take a few taps, but the key will come out. Oh my goodness! Drum's keeping it there. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this. Don't worry. Well, yeah, because my problem is I need it to be like half closed to like do this puzzle. But now this doesn't work. God. Pull it out. It's fine. No. Oh God, how am I gonna do this? Okay, let me see. Is there like... You get to enjoy the nice music at least. Okay, hold the R, and while the slit is moving directly above the key, close your DS for a few seconds. When you open it, quickly grab the key. Alright, let me... What happened? Okay, no, I thought I broke it. Oh no, what am I gonna do, man? I got it, I got it, I got it, I got it. We're good. We're good. We're fine. We're all fine. The puzzle, it's saved. It's saved. Gotcha. What could this key be for? Huh. The key has a condor mark on it. Take the condor key. It's a big bag she had in there, too. Also, I'm saving after that. So many weaker streamers would give up, but not me. It's a chest of drawers. In my infinite wisdom, I guess that'd be revarnished? Either way, she's clearly been using it a long time. There are 3 pillows on the bed. Pillowcases smell brand new, or maybe Max just washed them? You not wash your pillows, you nasty? What's this on the table? Is that just a lamp? Yeah, I think it's just a lamp over there. What's in the cupboard? Bookcase that's showing its age. Through the glass doors, I can see a row of books with discolored spines. I don't need to waste any more time looking at it. So, actually, let me examine this fully. Let me not look like a fool. Nah, okay, nothing here. Let's check out the bathroom. What secrets are you hiding in here? I thought there was like a crack in the wall. Toilet has a wooden cover to match the rest of the decor. There's a sink on the side of the room. Well, it is a bathroom. There are cupboards underneath it as well. Nothing like the room she rents out. I'm almost insulted. I'd be too. You deserve some good toilets. The bathroom mirror is oval-shaped. Everything else under Mags' dominion, it's practically gleaming. Some shampoo bottles have been left on the table. These look a little pricey. Only the best for Mags. There's a pot plant over this side. Every branch has several long, thin leaves coming out of it. The bathtub's immaculate. Does she ever leave anything dirty? Nah, she washes her stuff, man. So what am I using? I feel like there's something more to the makeup kit that we saw. Oh, I didn't notice this thing over here. A makeup box covered in a slightly cracked leather. Looks like it's empty. There's gotta be something here, right? This can't just be like an empty scene. Is there like a keyhole hidden here or something? It's too weird. I think it's too weird personally. Let me see. I feel like I've pretty thoroughly looked at this room. Oh, there is something. Okay. Well, despite what Frank seems to think, I can't find anything from Michael here. All I've got to show for my search is part of a letter and a key with a condor mark. Maybe the key will lead to some sort of clue. Almost time to meet Frank. Better make tracks before Mags comes back. Okay, that was everything. Oh, Frankie. Huh? Oh, hey, Max. Max, damn, if she saw me coming out of her room, my ass would have been grass. Mr. Hyde, I apologize for before. Hey, don't worry about it. Maybe we can chat again sometime later. Well, as long as it's okay with you. Yeah, no problem. Okay, good. Now I must be going. Yeah, don't look in your music box or anything. Mags goes back to her room. Hey, Frankie. Mr. Hyde, how did it go? I managed to have a pretty good look around while you kept her busy. Problem is, I didn't find anything left behind by Michael in there. I see. It wasn't a total waste of time, though. I found this. What have you got? It's a key with a condor mark on it. A key with a condor mark? Well, give it here, Mr. Hyde. And you should avoid trying to go any further in the investigation. Oh, what? Not this again. Why should I stop, and who gave you the right to order me around? I beg your pardon? Yeah, sorry to disappoint you, but I got plenty of things I still want to investigate. I got a feeling the key's gonna open more than simply a door. If I'm lucky, I might even reveal some of the secrets around here. Are you trying to say you intend to return to the 4th floor to search? Oh, damn right. Well, then I'll tell you again. Stop your investigation. There's no need to waste your time up there. I've searched it thoroughly enough. Well, just because you haven't managed to find anything doesn't mean I won't. I got a feeling I'm gonna get lucky up there. Well, now you listen to me. What, Frank? Oh, what the hell? It's no use talking to you. Do whatever you like. I'll be on my way. Well, hold on, Frank. What? What did you and Mags talk about here? No, it was nothing important. We just took the opportunity to do a spot of complaining. Did Dylan come up at all during the conversation? Well, it seems she was already aware of him leaving. But she's got no idea that he's with Niall. I see. Anyway, I must be going. Yeah, see ya, Frank. Frank gets all hot under the collar whenever the subject of the fourth floor comes up. Hey, man! Oh, Tony, thank God you're making your, like, per chapter visit. So here likes the wonderful art of killing games. I love them. I don't think they're always the best they could be. Also, don't you have a killing game to run yourself, Tozu? What are you doing here? What would the other kids say if they saw you over here? You got a game to make. You gotta get to work on chapter 2 already. Come on. Tony. Yo, man. Didn't think you and the old man Rava would be the sort to sit down together for drinks. Yeah, well, we had a couple things to discuss. Hey, you're not trying to keep secrets from me now, are you? And why would I want to do that? No reason, I guess. Anyway, I need to tell you something, Hyde. Yeah, tell me what? It's about Betty. Don't know how to explain it, but it seems I've been given a second chance. You don't say. Well, she told me that she thinks I've changed, for the better, too. And she wants to stick with me from now on. Alright, Tony. Alright, Tony. I see you. You worked your way back, you took that massive L on Christmas, and you turned it around. Alright, Tony. I'm proud of you. I've forgiven you for fumbling the bag as hard as you did. Good for you, Tony. Good for you. Well, sounds like you're onto a winner there. Good job. What I'm trying to say is that I owe it all to you, man. To me? What the hell did I do? Well, if you haven't been around, I would have been stuck drowning my sorrows going nowhere. And then how would I have gotten with Betty? I owe you one, man. Really. Tony, Before you say anything, I want to find a way to show my gratitude. Anything you want, consider it done. Just say the word. Oh, easy there, Tony. You don't want to start making promises you can't keep, now do you? Oh, come on, give me a chance here, man. You don't have much time left in the old place, you know. I really don't want to leave without having a chance to pay you back. If you think of some way I can help, just give me a ring. Alright, I'll think about it. Yeah, say, Tony, you still short of cash? I had a feeling you'd ask that. You really need me to answer? There's no way I'm gonna turn from rags to riches overnight, you know. What if I told you I knew a way to make big bucks in next to no time? I'd say you better tell me what you have in mind. So you're interested? Well, just tell me what the deal is first, come on. You gotta promise me you're not gonna spread this around, though. Truth is, there's a precious jewel hidden somewhere on the 4th floor. A jewel? On the 4th floor? You're talking about this place, right? Yeah, sure I am. It's known as the Scarlet Star, and it went missing 25 years ago. Hold on, I'm gonna blow my nose real quick. Even Eldritch Horrors get congested. A blessing and a curse to know you're alive. I only heard about it by chance, but what I heard seems to suggest it's hidden right here in this apartment building. Well, say no more, man. I'm in. Let me guess. The plan's to get into the thing before we have to clear out, right? I got it in one, Tony. Far out. I think it's fair to warn you, though, that this could get a little bit dangerous. So tell me, you still down with it? Down like a clown, man. You think I'd pass up the chance to get in on the action like this? Just tell me what you need. Say the word and I'll get it started. Yeah, great. So, what are we gonna do first? That's a good question. I guess a good starting point would be to meet up by the 4th floor fire door. You got it. I'm in everyone's head. That's kind of the exchange we got here. You become a mistake and I'm instantly beamed into your head. I see all your thoughts. Like, I already know how Eden's Garden's gonna end, because Tozu's here. Got it. By the fire door on the 4th floor. Yeah, we better be careful not to go there together. If we're spotted, you think people will guess we're up to something? Yeah, the people around here get jumpy real quick. You understood. I'll get going then. See you up there, Hyde. Yeah, sure, I'll be up later. 10-4. I love recruiting our local idiots. Tony leaves the cafe. Hey, Sydney, how you doing? Let me stop by and say hi to you real quick. Hey there, Mr. Hyde. Can I get you anything? Not now. I'll suit yourself. What about you? Can I help you with anything, Mr. Hyde? No, not right now. Peace out, you two. Just wanted to say hi. You're my best friends. Zoom! 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 Hey, Tony. I got the fire door open, but we got a new problem. There aren't any lights on in there. It's pitch black. Oh, of course. Max said that the power was going to be switched off. Next problem is, even if we don't find a light, we don't have any keys. Yeah, I already thought about that. The only people who have access to the keys are Mags and Dylan. So, if we ask Dylan, maybe he'll help us, right? Well, you want to ask Dylan to try and get the keys from Mags? No, that'd take forever. Well, hang on, Dylan has his own set. He uses them to get in here and look around. I think he got himself a set just for the 4th floor. Yeah, you sure about that? Yeah, I'm positive. I know because he opened the place up for me before. Then it's settled. I'll get those keys. Tony, you need to go and get a flashlight. I'm pretty sure I saw a couple downstairs in the storage room. You see, Cthulhu's showing you things beyond your comprehension. The horror isn't that it's incomprehensible. The horror is that you understood the incomprehensible and want to comprehend it. Again, but you're unable to. You're driven crazy from trying to ride that high again. I'm kind of like a drug in that way. I like it. I like your way of thinking, Tozu. And that's why I always tell my audience to do more drugs. Because I'll be there when you do them. Well, leave it to me. And good luck getting those keys. Yeah, right. Okay, here goes nothing. That was a new sprite from him. Tony rushes off and heads downstairs. Right, now to find those 4th floor keys. Well, only do drugs if you want to see me, that's what I'm saying. You don't gotta do drugs all the time, but a tasteful amount of drugs. Let's see, where'd you leave your stuff in here, Dylan? There's a chest of drawers next to the bed. The bottom drawer's open. There you are. There's a bunch of keys inside the drawer. Looks like what Tony was telling me about. A yoink. Give me that. I do love that Dylan fellow, so helpful to me. Wonder what he's getting up to. Zoom! I'm seeing you right now, but I'm sober, or so you believe. If you're an Eldritch God, what are you the god of? I don't think it really works that way when it comes to the Eldritch Gods. We're just kinda a being. It's possible. I'm like, they kind of encompass everything. I don't think Eldritch Gods fall into the normal category of, like, pantheons. Like, there's no Eldritch God of the Sea. We more just have titles. We kind of just are, you know? But if I had to put a label to myself, I'm definitely the Eldritch God overseeing mystery and all the questions asked in the world. That's why I'm so interested looking over all the mystery games you mortals create. Love judging them, you know? It's nice. It's nice to see, like, you attempt to write a mystery. It amuses me. What took you so long? How'd it go? Without a hitch, that's how. And you, did you get the keys? Yeah. Knew you would, man. Here you go. Thank you, Dill. I think it's about time we search for the 4th floor. Ready when you are. Get in there. On, did we put the door stop on? Where you going, Hyde? We got diamonds to find. So let me see, because there was one room that we know has the condor symbol in it. I think it's 404? No, it's 406. Look at me making a common blunder. Was it 4? Hold on. Because we know there's a condor symbol in here. Me speeding it up, like, scared me for a second, I'm not gonna lie. In here? There's a faded spot of the part of the wall. There it is. There's a drawing on the wall, and the condor spreading its wings. Must be the drawing Dylan was talking about. So is the key... does it go to here? Using this here isn't gonna be that helpful. What about, like, that little... well, it's gotta be around here, right? I would assume so. Is there a safe still in the room? There is a safe in here. Hey, Hyde! Yeah, what's up? Get a load of the safe! A safe, huh? Got any idea what's inside? Well, the one way to find out. Guess we gotta take a closer look. Let's have a little closer look, then. There's a safe with a dial up against the wall. Looks like it's been here for quite a while. Here's the dial. Not a chance. Thing's rusted beyond repair, not gonna move an inch. Won't budge. Do I have anti-rust juice? No good. Thing's not gonna open. I think we're gonna need some sort of tool. Oh, I think that's me. Maybe a crowbar will do the trick? You stay here. I'll go grab one. Yeah, make it snappy. You need a light? Nah, man. I got another flashlight. Be back soon. Tony was never seen from again. He was brutally murdered. Am I really gonna find the Scarlet Star up here on the 4th floor? Okay. Probably time I had to think about things so far. Oh, this is the halfway point, okay. December 26th. While my head was full of the things Will McGrath told me last night, I was visited by somebody in the morning. It was... who did visit me in the morning? Was it Dylan who visited me? Right. Dylan was the one who paid me a visit first thing in the morning. He was itching to find out what Will and I had spoken about. After calling Rachel, I caught the news about a jewelry robbery on TV. They interviewed the store owner, who described a woman that appeared on the scene. Well, I'm here and you supposedly know how Eden's Garden ends, and enlighten me? It was all a dream. Easy. Very clear to see from all the foreshadowing we got. It's all just a dream. The main character, Damon, is actually in a coma, and every character represents his emotions. And he's, like, trying to, like, get out of the coma. Easy. Done. It's over. Get it off my desk. The description reminded me of Marie, so I went and had it out with her. She fled to the roof and eventually confessed to me about... Right. She told me about her brother and husband once working for Condor. She went on to say that Niall had forced her to play the part of the mysterious woman. I also had the opportunity to talk to Rex, who came to the roof as well. He let me in on the fact that he plans to expose Niall to the world. After hearing what Marie and Rex had to say, I learned that it was none other than Dylan who had been threatening her. We had a chat and he admitted to working for Niall. His job in the apartment was... Right. Dylan was placed in this building to keep an eye on Mags. While he did so, he was trying to uncover clues about the Scarlet Star. When I exposed him for what he was, he quickly fled from the building. Frank noticed that Dylan had vacated the building and asked me to fill him in. He told me about Niall and the connection we'd had to the LAPD. He also let slip that his goal was to expose Hugh Speck and regain his reputation. Lastly, he told me that the one who knew the location of the Scarlet Star was... Is that it? Was it Michael McGrath then himself? I thought he said like they all knew. Right. He told me that Michael knew the whereabouts of the Scarlet Star. He also said that he was sure that Michael had left behind some sort of clue. Thanks to Frank, I now know more about the Scarlet Star. I also learned that Niall was the organization behind Condor, and that Mags was connected to all of it. After talking to Dylan and Frank, I headed to Mags' room. I was keen on finding the so-called clue that Michael had left behind. And with Frank's help luring Mags away, I was able to search her room. Unfortunately, my search proved fruitless, and I never found what I was looking for. Instead, I found... Right. I found a key which had a condor mark on it. Instead of handing the key I found to Frank, I kept it. Tony and I then made our way to the 4th floor to take a look around. There's little doubt left in my mind that there are clues to be found here. But will it reveal the clues that Michael left behind? And where is the Scarlet Star hidden? Will I find something to shed the light on the truth behind the incident with my dad? With any luck, everything will become clear once I find what I'm looking for. But as I think about it, I notice an uneasy feeling creeping into my mind. Danke. I thought it was like a baby crying for a second. Oh. Hello? Huh? Tony? We just get gassed? We just got gassed! We just get hit by Scarecrow? Who was that? You're mad? You're gonna rizz me up? Alright, go ahead. Floor's yours. By all means. Attempt to swoon me, earn my favor. You have the floor. But I need to figure out what happened to Kyle first. He just got, like, hit with Joker gas or something. Now you a different one? Why you telling me about it then? You just trying to hurt my feelings? Not nice. That's very cruel of you, actually. I hear my pager beeping somewhere. Keeps me beeping as I slowly regain my focus. By the time I'm fully conscious, the beeping stops, but not the pounding in my head. I find myself lying on the floor for some reason. My body feels like a lead weight, and my limbs are like rubber. No strength. My head's throbbing and my throat's hurting too. As my eyelids slowly open, I'm treated to a scene of utter darkness. No, you know what? You missed your chance, Tozu. I'm not even gonna pay attention to them. I don't care about your swooning words. You've hurt me dearly. You hurt me dearly, okay? You hurt this Eldritch God's feelings. Not cool. Punctuated by a single point of light. I don't know what the light is, but no sooner do I focus on it than I feel a searing pain in my eyes. I force them shut once more. Tears seep out from beneath my closed eyelids. What was that? Some kind of sleep spray? Can't come up with a better answer, so I try to think about the moment it happened. Whatever that stuff was, it certainly did what the sprayer wanted. Who the hell did it, though? I try to stand, but then realize I'm unable. My hands and feet have been bound. Damn, they got me good. It's not a matter of work, Tozu. I just think you need to prove that you do care about me. I can't tell you how much work that equates to. That's something you gotta find out. You need to make an offering. A loving offering. I'm not talking money or anything. I don't want your donations. I don't want nothing from you. I want a proper gift from you. Damn, they got me good. I've been tied up with a rope. As I try to endure the pain from my eyes and my head, I attempt to lift my eyelids. I manage to focus on a dimly lit room. I regain my sight and I manage to get myself into a sitting position. I look around. The light I saw before is the flashlight. Must have dropped it when I blacked out. Right, now what? Not sure I'll be going anywhere like this. That's a good start, Tozu. I'll admit. Am I crawling on the ground? Oh, this is even tougher than I'd thought it'd be. Still, if I take it slowly, I think I could get a little mobility. Just keep it moving, piece by piece. There's a vase on top of the unsteady-looking table. I think I managed to shake the vase a bit. Come on. I slam into the table using my body. Almost. Just a little more. Come on, Kyle. There we go. Got it. The shards of the broken vase are littering the floor. Right, now to put one of these to good use. I stretch one of my fingers out from beneath the rope and snag myself a shard. Come on. I sever the ropes binding me with the shard. Ugh, those ropes were cutting off my circulation. Good to have the use of my hands back. I use my newly freed hands to untie my legs. Good, hobbling around on my ass for the rest of the night wouldn't have been my idea of fun. Now I just need to find the Joker who thinks they can get away with this. I'm worried about Tony, too. Things first, though, I need to get out of the room. And Frank's the only person who knew about this, right? There's a safe with a dial against the wall. Seems whoever attacked me wasn't able to get the thing open either. Do I have the key on me? I still do, okay. I figured I just got robbed. Looks like there's something on the other side jamming the door shut. Dude, they hated my ass. Jesus. Crap. Trapped in. If it's Tony, I'm gonna kill him. After all we've done for Tony, if he betrayed us and did this to us, Tony's a dead man. I would kill Tony. He'd be worse than Dylan, in my opinion. We got him $1,000 and a date? Like, Tony's gotta die if he did this to us. I'm trapped in here. The hell am I gonna do now? There's something on the other side jamming the door shut. Nothing for it but to bust the door open. Why am I even knocking? The spray must have been messing with my head. What, do I got anything big? That's something I can use on the door? Driver on the door? Yeah. What What to do, what to do. I may have to look around the room a bit more. It's thankfully disused toilet. The pipe's damaged and some of the screws look like they could fall out any second. Maybe I can use this pipe. Looks hefty enough to bust open the door. Tozu, what are you doing, man? Locking us in rooms again, as you're known to do. Right then, now we're in business. I knew this had a purpose. I investigated it the first time we were in here, and we couldn't interact with it. Alright, let's do it. Show me that heft. Time to try this pipe out on that door. Oh, just have to knock the doorknob off, right? Eh. 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 I like to imagine it's like Kyle watching me try to break the door open. He's like, what are you doing? Eh. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry, Kyle. We'll be out of here in no time. Here comes the big one. Oh, there we go. Wham! 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 Duh, 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 duh. I thought there was like a face in the door that scared the shit out of me. Come on, go, boom. Not the grunting. Listen, you gotta get into it. You gotta put your back into it if you're breaking something. Looks like it did the trick. Time to get out of here. I stretch my hand through the hole and unbind the rope holding the door shut. Huh? Down by my feet is debris from the broken door. What's that? Something lying on the floor beside the number plate for the room 406. Oh, this was never a room. This was the manager's room. It's a piece of the door with the word manager written on it. So room 406 belonged to the manager, huh? This is getting interesting. That's why everything's in here. I'm to see if Tony's dead wherever he is. Yeah, he is dead. Huh? That's... Tony! Hey, Tony! Tony! What? Hey, you okay? No. Hyde, is that you? Hang in there, don't rub your eyes. Right. But my throat and my eyes feel like they're on fire. In my head... Ugh. Who did this to you? I wish I could tell you, man. I was going past the elevator and all of a sudden something sprayed into my face. Knocked me out cold. I didn't even feel it when it hit the floor. You were hit with sleep spray and you just blink a lot. You were hit with sleep spray, just blink a lot. I don't believe this. Son of a... I'm in agony here. I think it's law enforcement grade stuff. You're lucky you've been out for most of it. Just grin and bear it. You're not dying, you know. A little more compassion would go a long way, man. Yeah, well, it wasn't just you that got taken down. They got me, too. Same routine with the sleep spray and everything. What? They got you, too? What the hell is this? Just after you left, they sprayed me, knocking me unconscious. I was tied up and locked in room 406. No way! I've only just got myself free and smashed my way out. You don't seem fazed. Guess this kind of thing happens all the time back on the force. No, can it, Tony? I wasn't on the SWAT team or anything. How you feeling now? No, I can't complain. It's a lot better than just now, that's for sure. Damn. Yeah, I think I'm over the worst of it now. Yeah, good to hear. But who the hell would want to do this to us anyway? I guess it's somebody who didn't want us closing in on the Scarlet Star. Well, it doesn't exactly tell us much. Yeah, true. Well, looks like I'm gonna be needing your help with one more thing then, Tony. Yeah, sure, no sweat. We gotta get our heads straight and get back in the game here. I wanna know who it is as much as you do. Let's go get him. Yeah, that's the spirit. Right, I just remembered. Did anything happen to the safe? Same as when you left. We need to get back there for another look. No time like the present. Let's book it. And if anyone tries anything again, let's see him try and sleep spray my crowbar. Where's that thing anyway? Well, it's over there on the floor. So that's your little friend, huh? I pick up the crowbar off the floor. Alright, let's get this thing done. Right. It is weird, they didn't, like, do anything to us, though, really? Wait, why am I skipping text? I just, like, my mind blanked. Hey, what's so strange? Nothing, I just think it's very you, that's all. What's very me? What I did to the door was nothing compared to you when you're drunk. Yeah, some things don't change, huh? That's harsh, man. Right, let's do this. Yeah. Silence was deafening. Well, here we are. Time to get that safe open, Hyde. Right. Let's see here. Let's bust it open. Well, let's get... I was gonna say let's get busty. Let's get busy with this crowbar. Alright, let's do it. Push the bar on 3, okay? 1, 2, 3! Come on, man! Push the other way. Why would you be trying to break the side? Okay, one more. Oh, yeah, you're right. I was a fool. 1, 2, 3. Jesus! Oh my god! That safe either sucked or we're like superhuman. Got it. Nice one, Hyde. Come on, let's see what's inside. The most unexpected to come out award goes to Tozu from Eden's Garden? I don't know about that. I wouldn't say it's an unexpected revelation. I think the writing's on the wall. There's an old safe next to the wall. The door's been broken off. So, did we find anything? Yeah, hold your horses. I'm still checking. The suspense is killing me, man. There's a small square case inside. A case? Better take a look inside it. This is it! Let's get that thing open and take a look at all that. Nothing. Nothing, he says. What the hell? We wasted all this time for then? My god, Tony, what's that face you're making? Oh. The damn thing's empty. That can't be right. Well, I'm not making it up, you know. So where the hell's the Scarlet Star? It beats me. Well, talk about disappointing. Oh man, after all that? Yeah, you tell me about it. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Well, take a look at the door. What about it? Well, look at how thick it is. Pretty good security for a safe with nothing in it. Yeah, that's almost unusually thick. I thought we'd be rolling in it by now. Hang on. There's a secret to this safe. There's an old safe next to the wall. Door's been broken off. There's a small case inside the safe. It's empty. What about the door? The door we pried off the safe is lying on the floor. There we go. There you go. The door's thick and the inner portion is covered in rust. There's some sort of opening on the inside of the door. Could it be... What is it? Looks like this thing comes apart. You're right! I place the crowbar into the opening and pry it open. That'll do. This looks like... What'd you find? Tony, there's some kind of book hidden in the gap of the door. What? A book? Nothing shiny and expensive looking then. Yeah, unfortunately not, but at least we got something. And we got you to thank for it. So what does the book say? It looks like a diary from the manager of Hotel Cape West. The manager's diary? Yeah. Belonged to Michael McGrath, the manager of the hotel. The man who knew the whereabouts of the Scarlet Star. Well, maybe we can still find it. We'll see, let's give it a little bit of a read. Well, come on, what's in it? This is what's written inside. Written on December 17th, 1967, after Kathy's funeral. Kathy, still can't believe you're gone. Oh, look at that gentleman there. Whenever I think of life without you, I'm overcome with an intolerable sense of guilt. Guilt because I know the truth, Kathy. I know why you were killed, and it's all because of what happened on that fateful night 12 years ago. If I hadn't shot the safecracker who snuck into my office, if I hadn't taken the Scarlet Star from his dead fingers, then maybe you'd still be alive. Everything's connected to the one night that happened 12 years ago. If only I hadn't shot the man who'd crept into the office to break into the safe. If I'd not taken the Scarlet Star from his hands and kept it for myself. Perhaps then, none of this would have happened. We shot our dad? We kept the man's body in the chest freezer for 2 days. Then I had Mike and Peter take it to downtown parking lot and dump it there. The blood-stained room was then converted into a guest room. And it was made off limits from then on. Rarely a day goes by when I don't think about what happened that night. When I closed the hotel, my plan was to sever my ties with Condor as well. George said the only way to escape Condor is to completely disappear. Of course, you're well within your right to do so, but remember this. I can overlook certain things while we're friends, but not when we're strangers. But George knew. He knew about the provisions I'd made in order to start my new life. And he knew what had become of the Scarlet Star. I expected some sort of retribution, but Kathy, I never imagined it would result in your life being taken. Now that you're gone, the reasoning behind taking the Scarlet Star has gone too. And George, who took your life, even had the audacity to come to your funeral. Kathy, I now know exactly what I have to do. I have no intention of handing the Scarlet Star over to George, and absolutely no intention of forgiving him for what he has done either. You can rest easy, Kathy. You will be avenged, I promise. Huh. The safecracker in this diary, no mistaking it, was my dad. It all happened 25 years ago in this very room. My dad snuck in and stole the Scarlet Star, only to be killed by Michael McGrath. He was killed in this very room. Dad. Hey! You listening, Hyde? Tony? Snap out of it, man. Does it say where the Scarlet Star is or not? No, it doesn't. So we got nothing. What now, Hyde? Right now, we need to get out of the room. Yeah, it's a good idea. Well, now what do we do? We got nothing. Tony and I leave room 406. Ouch! Sounds like a skill issue? It does, honestly. We should just be able to instantly know where the Scarlet Star is. I think that's fair for what we've done. Hey, what is it? My foot hurts. Must have fallen on it funny. Still hurts now. My head's killing me too. Oh god, that was a burp. What the hell was in that spray? You might as well go back to your room, Tony. But what about the diamond? Yeah, you need to rest. I'll be sure to come and get you when I need you. Well, okay, man, if you're sure. Tony makes his way back through the hall. That's my pager. Better get back to my room, too. Let's get out of here, Scoob! Zoom. 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 So handy, the DS comes with a zoom feature. Time to give Rach a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? Rachel, it's me. Everything okay, Kyle? I've been trying to reach you for ages. Yeah, I got caught up in something. Oh? It's fine now, don't worry about it. Well, okay, if you're sure. What'd you want me for, anyway? I'll pass you over to Ed. It's, me. I found out something about Frank Raver. He was heading up a condo investigation 25 years ago, but was taken off the case. Yeah, I already got that out of him. Seems he blames Hugh Speck for having him taken out of action. He's been roaming around in this building looking for proof that links Speck to Niall. He has he? Also, I found Michael McGrath's diary from 13 years ago on the 4th floor. In it, he says he shot a certain safecracker in this building 25 years ago in 1955. What? There's more. The person who killed Kathy McGrath 13 years ago was the husband of the current owner. None other than George Patrice. Well, that's some pretty big reveals you made there, Hyde. Well, it certainly answers a few questions, but it seems I got a bit sloppy, too. Just a little while ago, I was rendered unconscious and tied up. What the hell happened? I was investigating the 4th floor and somebody sprayed me with a sleep spray. Well, that's pretty serious. Seems you managed to get yourself out of it, though. Yeah, just about. My head's still killing me, though. Seems there's somebody in this place who doesn't want a 4th floor to be investigated. Well, you got any ideas who could have done it to you? Yeah, I got a pretty good idea. Well, what's your next move? Let's just say that person and I are gonna have a little talk. Yeah, watch your back, Hyde. Sure. Okay, time to go get some answers. Well, they said it was police grade, so I mean, it's either Frank or it's, the owner of the hotel, but since they said it's like police grade stuff, I'm gonna assume it's Frank. I'm gonna go target Frank. Hey, Frankie. Mr. Hyde. Hey, Frank, you got a moment? We gotta talk. You haven't been poking around the 4th floor again, have you? Actually, that's what I needed to talk to you about. Fair enough, you better come in. What was that you tried to pull? Buddy? Pal? Amigo? So, this is Frank's room. Well, you got a really good noir room. Look at that. You must now fight me, Mr. Hyde. Talk to me. Frank. After we last spoke, Tony and I headed up to the 4th floor. Why did you involve him in all of this? Let's just say I wanted to play it safe. Why? What were you afraid would happen? I just figured that there might be people who try to stop me investigating. Look, cut to the chase, Mr. Hyde. Who are you referring to? You, Frank. What insolence! Listen, Frank. You shocked I pieced it all together? I'm appalled that you and Tony have been poking around the 4th floor. That much I'll tell you for free. Yeah, what do you gotta be appalled about? Well, for a start, the fact that you would let Tony into the investigation. You couldn't choose a more incompetent cretin to work with. I can only suggest that, if you must persist, you do it alone. Hey, Tony's not a cretin, and who I choose to involve is up to me and nobody else. I see you're unwilling to heed my advice. Yeah, while we're on the subject, why don't you want to tell me what you were doing up there in the first place? Why don't you want me up there in the first place? Well, because, Mr. Hyde, I don't want you to disturb the place I spent so much of my time meticulously searching. There are still some things up there I've yet to uncover. So there's things you're still looking for up there? There are, and I'd rather you not get to them before I do. And that would be Michael McGrath's diary, I guess. Correct. Getting my hands on evidence which would allow me to expose Hugh Speck is my top priority. 25 years ago, I learned that Hotel Cape West was where Condor made their sales. I decided to embark on a rather reckless investigation to unveil this. A reckless investigation? I realized that if I was to fully expose them, I would need to use unconventional means. And so? You were removed from the case 25 years ago by Hugh Speck and it ruined your name. That's what you told me, right? I need to know exactly what kind of investigation you conducted. What? Sounds to me like you brought this on yourself. Now tell me what you did. Come on, spit it out. I'm beginning to think that the real reason you were taken off the case was because you were doing a lousy job, nothing to do with Hugh Speck at all. How dare you! It was Hugh Speck that took away my good name. Then why are you so defensive all of a sudden? Maybe, Frank, there's more up there on the 4th floor than you're letting on. And you've been using this whole exposed Hugh Speck thing as a cover. So I'm right. Is there something more up there? What are you talking about? I know it was you, Frank. You got me and Tony real good. What? There's no sense hiding it. It was you that sprayed us with that sleep spray. What are you saying, Mr. Hyde? How do you come up with these fantasies? You didn't want me to find Michael McGrath's diary. Why? Because it contains things you didn't want me to see. Why would I have any reason to hide what was written in there from you? Please spare me your pathetic conjecture. There's no use feigning ignorance, Frank. The game's up. It's not me that needs to change their attitude, Mr. Hyde, it's you! I don't know what went on up there, but you really should stop issuing baseless accusations. Oh yeah, baseless, huh? Well, stop playing dumb. Now you listen, I cannot comment on something I know nothing about. Do you at least have proof to back up what you're claiming? Yeah, I'm sure I can find some. Right here in this very room. Is that so? I can assure you, you'll find nothing of the sort. You're lying. It's here somewhere. Well, since you're showing no sign of giving up your futile ideas, go ahead. Search the room all you'd like, but mark my words, you'll find nothing here. Yeah, just you watch me. Let's have a little look around here, my good friend Frank. The bookcase packed to the rafters. He sure has a lot of books. Oh. An entire shelf of detective novels. Can't see any by Martin Summer, though. Ah, Martin Summer. It's been a while since we heard about that guy. They're all history books. All the books on his shelf are related to philosophy. Every single one is a well-known philosopher. Top shelf is full of dictionaries. There's a chalkboard on the wall. We'll take a closer look. The board is covered in photographs. These photos. There are pictures of Marie and some people connected to her, and of Mags's too. Also the picture of the apartment building from back when it was a hotel. Frank must have put this together to help him keep track of the investigation. There's a large cardboard box on the floor. It's taped shut so I can't see what's inside. A couple of novels are sitting on the bed. There's a bookmark poking out of each. All kinds of notes and photos have been stuck to the wall. They all seem to relate to the murder that happened 13 years ago. A white pillow, classic color, looks pretty new. There's a photo frame on the chest of drawers. The photos is a slightly younger Frank and his family. They look picture perfect. There's a chest of drawers next to the bed. Sure I can live without digging around inside it. What about at your desk over here, Franklin? These files are full of newspapers clippings stored in various scrapbooks. Dates go back 13 years. Doesn't prove it was him that attacked us, though. Series of criminology books are lined up on the desk. Nothing too noteworthy about the desk. Definitely bears the signs of heavy use, though. The box has files in it. There's some rope inside the box. Rope, huh? Looks just like the kind they used to tie me up. Now I'm gonna tie Frank up. Hey, Frank! What is it? Just take a look what I found here. This should prove it was you who attacked us up on the 4th floor. No, really? Try explaining this. This rope. Oh, I've never seen this rope in my life. What about this rope? Whoever sprayed us up there used rope to tie me up afterwards. And this rope looks a lot like the stuff that I was tied up with. No? So that makes you the perpetrator. That's ludicrous. Yeah, maybe to you. Do I pursue the sleep spray or do I pursue the rope? Yeah, where you hiding the sleep spray? Imbecile, I own nothing of the sort. Nah, it was the other one. So why do you have rope lying around, huh? Does the fact that we're moving soon not mean anything to you? And what's that supposed to mean? I must explain everything to you. Last week, Miss Patrice gave out the rope to all the tenants living here. She thought it would help us all during the move. Therefore, you'd be likely to find the exact same kind of rope in every tenant's room. Good answer. It seems you're unaware of this fact, Mr. Hyde. Well, I was away on business last week. Then I suppose it can't be helped that you knew nothing about it. Still, you should know better than to start accusing people without checking the facts. If you want to find the real criminal, try acting like a proper detective for once. What do you mean? Well, it's hardly rocket science. Instead of pestering me, you should have searched the area you were attacked in. Now, I've had enough of your company. Please leave. Leave Frank's apartment. So I think it has to be Mags. I think she got up by using the elevator that only she has access to. Time to get searching. Looks like room 406 deserves more of my time. I think she used her master key to get up through the elevator. Wonder if I can see it in here. The button for the 4th floor is covered up. Wonder why just this button's covered up. Wonder if I could be... I thought I was gonna be ahead of the game there. Zoom! Oh no, I want to go through the door. Goofy. There we go. Maybe the perpetrator left something behind I can use to identify him. Scanning, scanning, scanning. Let's have a little look-see. Hello? No, not again. No, not again. Kyle, turn around! Kyle, turn around! Kyle! Huh? Who's there? No shot! I know. The person who attacked me was... Damn, losing consciousness. Dude... No shot he just let that happen. So this is a puzzle then. How am I supposed to combat this? Okay, time to go get some answers. Oh, I picked the wrong person when I went to go accuse. So I need to go. I gotta go talk to Mags then. Kind of zero escapey in that way. Who is it? I hear Mags' voice from inside the room. It's Kyle Hyde. Oh, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, why so surprised? I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. If you say so, now open. Oh, could I have gone to like everyone, like any person's door here? And like I get like a different ending based on who I go to? That's kind of cool. I got something I need to talk to you about. Now it's not really a good time. I don't want to see anyone at the moment. Yeah, don't want to see anyone. What's wrong? Something I said? Please don't misunderstand, Mr. Hyde. I know what you did. All of it. Now open the damn door. No, I won't. I have no intention of letting you into my room ever again. I've also made certain discoveries. I know you snuck in here and stole a key, for example. What? Of all the things to take. And to think you, of all people, took it. I must have been a fool to think I could ever trust you. Miss Patrice. Just go, will you? Mr. Hyde? Huh? Mr. Hyde. Frank. What are you doing here? I just came to see Mags. So you spoke to her, yes? Not exactly. She wouldn't let me in. She told me she knew I'd been inside the room. Interesting. How so? Well, she called me not long ago to talk about you. I think she may be under the assumption you're in league with Niall. And she may be basing these assumptions on the fact that you took the Condor key. She said that only a person who knew the significance of the key would take it. I just thought it was cool looking. Frank, why did Mags want to talk to you about me? Well, perhaps she knows I used to be a detective. She clearly trusts me. That's not what I asked. No? Why was it me she wanted to talk about? I thought I made that clear a moment ago. She believes that you're the working for Niall as you stole the key. But it doesn't make sense. How did she come to know that I took the thing in the first place? Are you absolutely sure you didn't drop me in when we spoke about it? You know, you just politely told her that I'd been snooping around her room. Hey, you watch your tongue! I told her nothing of the sort! So does she have a way of knowing that we were in the room? What's the key's significance? Well, how should I know? After all, you know far more about that damn key than I do. You've been spending more time up on the 4th floor than anyone. Perry plays game. Hey, how's stream going? We're doing good. We're getting to the end here. This would be probably our final session of Last Window. So if you're feeling up to it, get a snack, sit back, relax. Let me voice you this lovely little noir novel, and you enjoy your time here. It's always happy to see you, Perry. Didn't you find anything that looked like this key could be used up there? Not yet. I'm still only halfway through the investigation. I didn't get a chance to finish it because I was attacked. You what? Yeah, I let my guard down for a second. They hit me with a sleep spray and tied me up and locked the door. I got myself out, but I never caught a glimpse of the attacker's face. Who would attempt something like that? I guess it's somebody who got jittery at the thought of me being on the 4th floor. And they're willing to do just about anything to keep their secrets hidden. Mr. Hyde, you don't think it could be... Right, there's only one person it could be. If what you told me is true and she thinks I'm working for Niall, I'm sure of it. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Indeed. Oh dear. Yeah, what is it? I may have made a terrible mistake, Mr. Hyde. A mistake about what? When you told me that it was Michael McGrath's son, of all people, that sent you the order to go searching for the Scarlet Star. Well, that's when I chose to hint that Michael McGrath kept his secrets hidden somewhere. Like in a diary, I thought this was a chance to utilize your expertise in assisting me in finding evidence to expose Hugh Speck and his corruption. However, this may have caused Miss Patrice to question her trust in you. It seems I didn't think this through properly. Hey, come on, Frank. Don't flatter yourself. What? You think I was just doing what I was told? I wanted to look around the building, that's exactly what I did. The reason I did it was to uncover the truth of 25 years ago. Simple as that. The truth of 25 years ago? Do you mean to tell me that you're not looking for the Scarlet Star? Oh no, I'll find it. But only because it'll be instrumental in uncovering the truth I'm looking for. And what are you so keen on finding out about 25 years ago, Mr. Hyde? I want to know about what went on in the manager's office about the safecracker's death. What? You got something to say? No, it's nothing. Yeah, well, your face is telling me a different story. You got something to say, now would be the time to do it. I'm feeling a little tired, Mr. Hyde. I think I'll head back to my room for now. Hey, not so fast, Frank. Are you implying I'm running away? If you're keen on hearing more about 25 years ago, feel free to join me in my room. Frank finishes speaking and heads upstairs. His face went whiter than a mime's when I mentioned my dad. So Frank's gonna tell me about what happened 25 years ago, is he? Wonder what he knows. Let's go find out. Mags ain't talking to us. She's not throwing us out of the building, though. I mean, I guess she's just afraid of us, thinking we're part of the Niall or Condor. Or, yeah, Niall. Zoom! Frankie, baby, let me in. Who's there? Mr. Hyde. Yeah, well, here I am. Let's talk. Of course. Please come in. So this is where Frank holds himself up. Also, Perry, if you're still here and you want to change up what your little avatar looks like at the bottom of my stream, right below my stream there's a little, like, console, and you can customize your little dude to look however you'd like. Can I offer you a drink? Yeah, save it for a real guest. I'm just here to hear what you have to say. Well, I intend to have a drink, so please just join me. Frank heads in the direction of the kitchen. Sydney from the cafe kindly gave me some coffee not too long ago. Would you care for some? Well, in that case, this won't take long. Please wait here. He's gonna poison me. Looks like a family photo. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Frank places 2 cups of coffee on the table. That smells pretty good. Now that I think about it, you're the only person who's been in here and had coffee with me. And what about your family? My wife passed 10 years ago after a lengthy battle against illness. I have 2 children, but we haven't met in years. How do I feel about you trying to restore your name with the LAPD? But trying to find clues to expose Hugh Speck for the last 25 years. I've never spoken to them about it. They know nothing. Yeah, why not? No sense in keeping the problem all to yourself. I'm sure they'd support you. After all, when Hugh Speck had you removed from your post, they had to support you then. Don't you think they have a right to know? Oh, don't you dare try to tell me about how to treat my family. Well, no offense, but I had a dad like you. I don't think I could stand it. Just my 2 cents, though. You clearly don't understand it at all, Mr. Hyde. I didn't leave my family in the dark all this time just for the sake of my pride. There's more to it than that. 25 years ago, during the Condor case, my name wasn't the only thing I lost. The mess that Hugh Speck caused also resulted in someone's death. Whose? The same man you've been looking into, the safecracker. What? So, Mr. Hyde, would you care to tell me how you came to know about that man? Who told you about him? Well, who told you? Tell me. What to do? What would this matter? He'd probably no, because Dylan would be no. He'd care more about this. He'd care more about this. Michael McGrath's son. He told me about a man who'd crept into the manager's office and... I see. I think it's about time you talked straight with me, Frank. I want you to tell me about the safecracker who was killed here 25 years ago. Tell me everything you know. Come on, Frank, you just told me. You said that the person had gotten involved in the case you were working on. I... Do a quick save, just so I have it. Tell me. Did you help him get in? Yes, I did. So our dad was working as a police plant in here, I guess? They sent him in to crack the safe and ended up getting shot in the line of duty. So you and the safecracker knew each other beforehand, then? No, we didn't. Gregory was there thanks to the information he got from a contact I often use. Gregory? Who's Gregory? Well, that's the name his associates used for him, at least. I seriously doubt it was his real name, just something he used while working. Gregory was a safecracker who'd never been arrested and was well known in the field. He was also knowledgeable on Condor. I figured I could use a person like that to assist me in my plans. We had an agreement, and I'm the only one who got him in the hotel. However, I intended to catch Condor by fair means or foul. That was my plan. But Hugh Speck put an end to all of it. How did Hugh Speck put an end to your plan 25 years ago? What did he do? Well, Come on, tell me the whole story. He did something beyond words. Do I let him talk? Let me let him talk. I apologize for raising my voice. Even thinking about it now, I feel the anger building up inside me. It sounds like whatever he did was pretty bad. Now would be a pretty good time to tell me the whole story, Frank. How did Hugh Speck put an end to your plan 25 years ago? What did he do? Well, Come on, tell me the whole story. He did something beyond... Oh, okay, I did have to press. Let me guess, Hugh Speck. Bought Gregory off? Hugh Speck told Condor about your plan. That's right. And that was also why Gregory was silenced. That night while I was waiting for word from Gregory, that's when it happened to me, too. Frank. What? Enough beating around the bush. Excuse me? I need you to tell me exactly what you were planning to do 25 years ago. All of it. What do you mean? I thought I made myself clear from the start. What I need to know is precisely what happened with the safecracker 25 years ago. You know the truth behind the death that occurred that night, and you're gonna tell me. You win, Mr. Hyde. I'll tell you what you need to know. But on one condition. I'm listening. If you really want to hear the whole truth, you'll have to make me talk. The hell's that supposed to mean? Well, I would have thought an ex-detective like yourself would have known. It's time you demonstrated to me exactly how much you want to hear the truth. If you expect to get anything out of me, you're going to have to work for it. If you choose your questions well, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything you want to know. But if you aren't able to ask the right questions, our little chat stops here. Yeah, you got yourself a deal. Okay. So canonizing the interrogation mechanic. Let's do it. What kind of agreement did you have with Gregory? Mr. Hyde, I hardly think that's a fitting question at this point. You clearly know nothing. Huh? Mr. Hyde, I'm sure I told you at the start, but you should be choosing your question. Okay, so even that there is. Alright, Frank, let's start with this. What was your plan from 25 years ago to catch Condor? Well, I decided there was only one way to bring Condor to justice, and that was to catch them in the act. Skilled as the Condor Group was in conducting systematic jewelry thefts, they were also adept in turning their acquisitions into near untraceable cash. But I'd found out from a staff member that Hotel Cape West had been used to sell the stolen wares on, and the jewels were being kept in the safe in the manager's office. If I could positively identify that the jewels were being stored there were what Condor stole, I could have all the proof I needed to drive the final nail into Condor's coffin. So that's why you enlisted Gregory to help crack the safe. You wanted him to make his way to the manager's office and remove the jewels, right? Precisely. The plan was to have him break into the safe, extract the contents, and send me a signal. Then the police would arrive at the office and confiscate what he extracted. Well, that is what we planned, at least. What kind of signal had you decided he should send you? We planned to use the window. The window? Yes. He was to enter the manager's office, open the safe, and extract the contents. Once he got in the jewels, he would go to the window and use his flashlight. This would let me know what things had gone on according to the plan. The police had been standing by, could then raid the premises. The problem was that something went wrong with the signal we'd agreed on. Gregory just disappeared, so we never went into the building. What went wrong? Alright, next question. What went wrong? Well, it told me he never returned the signal you were waiting for, right? No, I believe he sent it, but... But what? You must understand, Mr. Hyde, there are things I cannot discuss beyond this point. And why the hell not? Because they concern the promise that connects me and Gregory. Indeed, if that promise had been kept as planned, he would never have needed to die. I regret what happened to him, and I doubt I'll ever outlive that regret. Mr. Hyde, I think I've said enough. I couldn't possibly discuss this any further with you. There's only one person I can imagine telling this whole story to. And that person is a relative of Gregory. Oh, well, interesting you say that. What kind of agreement did you have with Gregory? He was intending to leave the world of crime behind him and start afresh. But he wasn't able to break his ties with his old acquaintances. So I made him a promise. If he lent his talents to assisting me with the investigation, I would make certain incidents from his past go away. And the police force would ensure that all ties he had to his past were severed. And did he bite and agree to that? Not at first. He seemed to be somewhat against the idea. In order to gain his trust, I needed to take a different approach. As an act of good faith, I gave him something he'd find difficult to refuse. And what was that? I handed him the keys to a new car. It would serve as a kind of advanced payment. What? There's no need to act so surprised. It was commonplace in operations like this. That's the sort of thing we did for people who assisted us. I want a new car. I want to be a police informant. So if I show him the car keys... Oh no, I don't have the car keys with me. God dang it. Because we know where those car keys are. They're in our room right now. What happened to you? Mr. Hyde? I don't see how that has anything to do with what you want to hear about. Frank, What if I were to bring a member of Gregory's family here? Would you be willing to tell them everything? Well, naturally. But how on earth would you... You leave that to me. No? Don't go anywhere. I'll be back as soon as I can. Yeah, we gotta go get the car keys. Zoom! Oh wait, quick save. Zoom! Zoom! With my Nintendo DS. Right, now let's grab it. Yeah, the car key. It's a Christmas card from my mom. Sweet of her. The baseball has a lot of sentimental value to me. Now we just need the key. Zoom! Zoom! Oh, I said zoom! Zoom! Let me back in. Here you go, Frank. Sorry to keep you waiting. So where's the member of Gregory's family, Mr. Hyde? Right here. Me. What? I got something you need to see. Here. This is... Yeah, it's the same car key you gave to Gregory 25 years ago. It was discovered on the body of the man in a downtown parking lot not long afterwards. This is one of the items my dad left me. What did you just say? Gregory's real name was Chris Hyde. 25 years ago, after deciding to wash his hands of crime, he left the house on his final job. 3 days later, he still hadn't returned home to his family. The police were investigating the murder at one point, but they quickly broke it off. The case remains unsolved to the day. Frank, I'm Chris's son, and that's why I have the right to hear what you gotta say. You're gonna tell me all you know about the promise you made to my father, and exactly what happened at the end. You're gonna tell me everything. Come on, Frankie. To get the proof we needed to expose Condor, I made Gregory a promise 25 years ago. From his point of view, this job posed a considerable risk. He agreed to take on the job, knowing it would be his last, for the sake of his family. When we made our promise, he looked me directly in the eyes and said, "Can I really trust you?" I didn't answer, but just nodded. I never intended that nod to be a lie, but... What happened? That night, he broke into the manager's office as we'd planned, got the safe open, and took out the contents. Then from the darkened room, he shone the signal. But no matter how many times he repeated it, nobody sent him the response he was expecting. Why not? Why didn't you send the cavalry like planned? Because I wasn't there. What? That night, while I was at the designated spot, Speck handed me a single note. The message was clear. It said that my wife's condition had worsened and that I should go to the hospital at once. Naturally, I went, leaving Speck to preside over the scene. So to summarize, I fled to see my wife while Gregory was still inside doing the job. Yep, he got played by Speck. Gregory must have thought I was dutifully waiting in position outside the hotel. After he'd signaled me, he had simply to wait for the reinforcements to arrive. But I had already departed to be by my beloved side. Speck's plan had been a complete success. Speck's plan. But it was his intuition to lure me away. It was his intention to lure me away from the scene that night. No sooner had I reached the hospital than I became clear and I hurried back. Speck maintained that he'd been given the note, but not known where the contents were. He also said that he had seen nothing like a signal from the manager's office. So he spun a web of lies that had you convinced. He did. He was a member of the Force, and I had no reason to disbelieve him. It was only later that I learned the truth behind the night's events. Please, Mr. Hyde, are you able to forgive me? If only I'd known that Speck was working with Condor all those years ago, I would never have left him in charge of the scene. And maybe your father would still be alive today. That's everything, right? It is. That's the truth behind the death of the safecracker 25 years ago. Don't you have anything to say? Now that you ask, I'm not so sure I do. Funny as it may sound, I don't blame you for what happened. In fact, all I can think about right now is how he must have felt during those final moments. Well, of course. Tell me one thing, Mr. Hyde. When did you find out that your father died in these very apartments? I only found out a little while ago. It was written in Michael's diary. What? You mean to say you found his diary? Oh, I found it, alright. You're not gonna like the fact that there's nothing related to Hugh Speck there, though. Oh, I see. While we're on the subject, you said you had a discussion with Michael's son. Just to put my mind at ease, could you please let me know? Sorry to disappoint you, but he didn't tell me anything that you'd find useful. Oh, I see. Nevertheless, I very much like the opportunity to talk to him myself. That's gonna be tough. He left not long after I spoke to him. He left? You told me he lived here in the building. He sure did. He was in room 306. You mean that man? I had no idea. Don't take it so hard. I'll find you the proof you need to nail Speck. Mr. Hyde. In fact, I intend to expose everything these apartments have been hiding. And once I'm done, the only mystery left will be where I'll get my coffee from now on. All you need to do is keep your nose out and wait for me to get done. You arrogant little... Just trying to keep you out of the line of fire. Leave the dangerous stuff to me. Well, I suppose you've proven yourself useful. I'll back down for now. But please take this with you. What's that? This is the other half of the torn postcard I got from Will. I take the postcard piece. This item represents the only clue I found while searching the 4th floor. Take it with you, it might help. I take it you're still eager to hear what Miss Patrice has to say? Oh, damn right I am. There's plenty of things I have to ask that lady. But she won't be too excited to talk to me, will she? Well, then you leave that part to me. I'll make sure she understands you're not in league with Niall. And if all goes according to plan, there's even a chance she'll emerge from her room. Alright, I'll leave that to you. Good luck, Mr. Hyde. There's one last thing, Frank. What is it? What kind of man was my dad? We had a drink together once. I remember thinking to myself at the time that he was a lot tougher than he looked. He never had much to say, but what he did say, he said with the utmost poignancy. He told me about his kid wanting to be a baseball star when he grew up. In fact, he was telling me this. He came across a run-of-the-mill kind of guy. I see. Okay, gotta make a move. I'm wasting time. I leave Frank's room. Oh, Frankie. I like you. I like you a lot, Frankie. Even though I know the truth behind what happened to Dad, not everything. The postcard that Michael left behind. The Condor key. The disappearance of the Scarlet Star and proof of Hugh Speck's wrongdoing. There's still secrets that people could get hurt over. Just how much does Mags know about them, though? 9 o'clock. The witching hour. Well, can we combine the postcard piece? I'll put the 2 points of the postcard together. I've now got a complete postcard of the moon. Postcard with a picture of the moon on it, huh? Huh. There's something written on the back. What the hell is this? Looks like some kind of code. Now all I need to do is find out what Mike was trying to hide using that. Is that for the elevator? Hold on a second. Oh, those are like elevator symbols. Let me take a look at this again. I don't get what this is all supposed to mean. Hold on, let me... My detailed notes. Let me get this down, so... Oh, it's gonna be impossible. It's gonna look psychotic. 9. This is somewhat better. Oh my god, this looks... That's just a penis. Oh no. You, and then... I don't know what... And they're kissing. 3 R 6 open an A 2. I don't know some of these symbols. Can't help but think I've seen them somewhere before. So let's hop in that elevator. But it doesn't have what we need. Some of the symbols aren't right. Did I go talk to... Maybe I should talk to Patrice first. There might be more to it that, I'm not understanding. Yeah, let me go talk to... Let me go talk to Patrice first. Zoom! Zoom! Yeah, Megs. Yeah, we need to talk, Miss Patrice. Mr. Hyde, I'm on the phone with Mr. Raver at the moment. What do you need to talk to me about? About Michael McGrath and the diary he left behind. I see. Very well. Please come in. Man, Raver's really good at convincing people. He got like the Illuminati after her and he managed to talk her down. Miss Patrice. Yes, what is it? I never thought you could do something so underhanded. I could say the same of you, Mr. Hyde. Why? Why'd you do such a thing? Why'd you do such a thing? I thought you would have realized by now I'm not working for Nile. Then explain to me why you were poking around the 4th floor and why you took my key. How'd you even know I'd taken it? See, I cannot think of anybody else who would have done this, that's why. You have to admit, you've been asking me very probing questions of late. Also, you seem to have taken to roaming around the building instead of going to work. Dylan was also kind enough to warn me about you. Fuck. Dylan? Oh my god, I hate him. He can't... Why? He's gone and he's still haunting us. God damn you, Dylan. You little snitch. He told me I should be extra vigilant when you're around. Oh, he did he? How nice of him. Do you find that amusing? I never thought you'd be so dumb as to trust anything that comes out of his mouth. I guess you didn't know, huh? Dylan's been watching you on behalf of his employer, Nile. Excuse me? And not just you either. He was also watching another tenant whose relatives worked for Condor. A relative of people working for Condor? I had no idea there was someone like that living here. Who is it? Well, if you haven't got any interest in rocking the boat with Condor, it's probably better if you remain in the dark about who they are. Dylan left without causing any fuss because you were unaware of his true identity. That's a very good point. But... he really did reverse Uno on Dylan with the snitch. Forget reverse Uno card. I want to pick him up and pile drive him like the Undertaker. I want him dead. He needs to be killed. We may have just snitched on him here, but I won't be satisfied until he's in the ground. There's still something I don't understand. Yeah, and what might that be? You, Mr. Hyde. I still have no idea about you. Exactly how do you figure into all of this? Me, well, I just don't mind my business. 25 years ago, a safecracker was killed here in the manager's office. He was my father. I beg your pardon? Like I told you before, my dad was killed when I was 9 years old. 25 years ago, he had to go out one last job before going straight. 3 days later, his body was picked up in a downtown parking lot, and the case remains unsolved. He got caught up in a police investigation to uncover Condor's secret fencing operation at the Hotel Cape West, and it was there that he was killed. I only found out all of this after you gave everyone the eviction notice. And how exactly did you come to know all of this? I got my information from a person connected to Condor who lives in the building. They told me my dad came in here to steal the Scarlet Star, but he was killed and the gem simply disappeared. The Scarlet Star? After I'd found that out, I'd made my decision. I would expose everything about the building's hidden past. So, that's the reason— Oh god, my throat! Doing Kyle so long's hurting me! So the reason you came in here and searched around, I suppose? Right. Why'd you buy a building that was marked by Condor? And then why'd you suddenly decide to sell up? These are things I need answers for. Tell me everything you know about it. Just how much do you know about Condor? I've got no interest in talking about such things. Please don't ask me anymore. Listen, Miss Patrice, you can't just ignore this. I'm gonna get an answer from you. Why are you so afraid to explain things to me? Is it because your husband was Condor's ringleader? Yes, that's precisely the reason. After he injured his hands, he couldn't play the saxophone anymore. He changed. He got his first job from them courtesy of a customer who came to the restaurant. After it went well, he began to realize that he was in too deep to turn back. Before too long, he was the ringleader of the criminal organization known as Condor. Man, that was a— Are you sure he wasn't doing anything before the Condor business? That go from saxophone player to, like, criminal overlord? That's— I'm gonna be honest, I think your husband might have been bad from the start. Like, if I, like, hurt my hand, I'm like, oh man, I can't, like, play video games as well. I'm not gonna directly start selling drugs to the local teenagers. He eventually roped an old friend, the hotel manager Michael, into his work as well. They devised a means of selling the stolen jewelry secretly to avoid detection. Who killed Kathy McGrath 13 years ago? Even you're not gonna talk. You're definitely gonna listen. The person who murdered Kathy McGrath was— It was George Patrice. I'm afraid that's right. It was George who killed her. But why did he do it? He told me why. It was payback for Michael double-crossing him. Yeah, your husband was just messed up, lady. I'm sorry, I don't know how cool he was, but he was just kinda fucked in the head. How did Michael and George manage to sell the jewelry secretly? George didn't keep the stolen goods himself, but entrusted them to Michael. Michael stored them in the safe inside the manager's office. Once a buyer had been found, George would get in touch with Michael, and the cash would be exchanged for the jewelry when the buyer came to the hotel. George would then take receipt of the cash immediately and receive his cut. So the purpose of the parties held at the hotel was— It could go either way, couldn't it? No, probably they're looking for buyers. They're looking for buyers. So the hotel parties were held to find people to buy the jewelry. Exactly. The parties would be held from time to time at the hotel. There, potential buyers would gather and the process would begin in earnest. I can read, I promise you. So I imagine the actual goods were exchanged in one of the guest rooms, right? No, Michael was very clear about that and would never use the guest room. Instead, there was a hidden chamber for this very purpose. There was a hidden chamber? Where's the evil dungeon? What did Michael do to double-cross George? No sooner had George received a word about that the hotel safe was going to be broken into, than he contacted Michael to let him know. At the time, there was still an item inside that a buyer had not been found for. That was the Scarlet Star. Michael received his orders, and when the intruder arrived, he shot them there in the office. He then stashed the corpse in a hotel chest freezer where it stayed for 2 days. Then it was taken out and dumped at a different location when it was safe. After the incident was over, Michael told me that the Scarlet Star was gone. According to what he told me, it had already been removed from the safe before he shot the safecracker. And George believed that? Not exactly. He just led Michael to believe he trusted him. Led him to believe? He didn't want to pressure Michael, or he might risk losing the use of the hotel. George could be a cold, calculating man. Hey, what happens to those two, that's their business. Don't mind what they're doing. He didn't exact his revenge on Michael for another 12 years. So the reason he chose to wait 12 years before getting his revenge was because... probably because he wanted out, so... If that's happening, then there's no point for the hotel to really, Yeah, if they're losing the hotel anyway, might as well get Michael for what he did. Michael wanted out of the stolen goods trade. That's right. Michael made the decision to close down the hotel 13 years ago. It was his attempt to sever the bond between himself and Condor. However, George wasn't willing to just sit back and accept this. Also... Where's the hidden chamber that was used to sell the stolen goods? That's something I'm totally unable to help you with. Even when the building was undergoing renovation, no such room was found. I see. Listen carefully, Mr. Hyde. The key that you took from here, I'm sure it's for that very room. What? That key was among the things George bequeathed to me after his death. Even though I had it all these years, I still don't know where it's to be used. I assume that your main focus now is to discover where that hidden chamber lies, correct? Well, absolutely. It can't have just disappeared from the building. I wonder if you're right. Was there another reason for him to dispose of Kathy? Well, yes, it was because he had grown tired of Kathy's company. Meaning... George and Kathy had been... intimate. An act which betrayed both of us. Oh, he was cheating too. Dude, you were hyping up George. He's an asshole. Fuck George, man. He might be worse than Dylan. I think we've covered just about everything, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, not so fast. There's still a few holes left. I don't know if I can discuss everything in one go. It's not as easy as you might think at my age, you know. But if you insist, if you're willing to indulge me, I may be willing to keep talking. Yeah, what do I need to do? So you agree to my terms? Yeah, I don't really have much of a choice, do I? But the stakes are, I do what you ask me. Oh, I got hiccups. You tell me every last thing I want to know. Naturally. Alright, so what do I gotta do? Well, Mr. Hyde, even though I own this building, there's still something I've yet to find, and I want you to find it for me. Gotta be a bit more specific? Come on, Mr. Hyde, I'm sure you know what I'm referring to. Fine, have it your way. I suppose I should give you a hint to go with it. Here, take this. This photo. It's a photograph of Hotel Cape West from when it first opened. I take the 1950 hotel photo. You should have this as well. Key to the elevator? Elevator key? What's this? It was one of the things George left behind. Yeah, there it is. I take the small key. Finally, there's this. How many things you giving me? Huh. I found it in George's things together with the key. It appears to be some sort of sketch of the 4th floor. If you look at it, it has 6 red circles marked on it. What could they all mean? There's something written on the corner of the sketch. The far side of the moon. What's that supposed to mean? I take the 4th floor sketch. Mr. Hyde, how you use these things is entirely up to you. Yeah, I kinda figured that part out myself. Leave it to me. I'll find what you're after. And I'll be back to hear the rest of what you gotta tell me, too. Mr. Hyde. I leave Mags's room. So we got the elevator key now, that's good. The thing Mags was never able to find must be in that hidden chamber. It's like I'm drawing closer to what I've been looking for. The clues are in the sketch, the photo, and the key. Now I think about it, this isn't the only photo of the hotel I have. Maybe I should compare them side by side. Let's have a look. There you are. Look at that. Oh. There's a hidden room. That's it, I've got it. There's a window that's missing from the newer photo. I'm positive the hidden chamber is between the elevator and room 405. But how the hell am I gonna get to it? There have to be more clues up on the 4th floor. Well, let's get a move on. Moment of truth, time to use the key. I used the small key and opened the cover. As soon as I did so, something falls from behind the cover, falls to the ground. Dude, what the? Oh, the button came off. Hope it was designed to do that. There's a tiny switch in the place where the button came off. What is this? Looks like some sort of control switch. Let's switch it on. I probably need the right, like, code. Yeah, okay. The horrors beyond my comprehension was getting this game to work. I don't think I can solve this yet. I had a feeling there's more to this panel than meets the eye. Well, let's get out of here for now. Let's go investigate the 4th floor properly, like. Zoom! 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 Well, let's have a little look around. I have to unlock each of these individually. So let's see, what was the one in here? So it should be right over here? The dresser is in desperate need of attention from a feather duster. There's a small condor mark engraved on the dresser. Huh. There's a condor mark here. Considering the way it looks. Might have something to do with the market on the 4th floor sketch. Better scribble it down. I copy the condor mark into my notebook. Just better have a look around the other rooms. Okay, interesting. There's something else in this room, isn't there? Yeah, it's like an X on that side of the wall over here. I'd search the sofa for spare change, but I expect all I'd find is dust. Hotel dust. The wallpaper's dirty and has begun to show creases. According to the sketch, the secret room's beyond the wall. Doesn't look like there's anything out of the ordinary here, though. Looks like I'm gonna have to find another way in. Let's get a move on. 403. Gotta unlock this one. If they throw a jump scare in here, I think that might kill me. So in the one of these chairs over here, there's a wooden chair. Leather covering's gotten pretty tattered and worn. There's a small condor mark here. Alright, good, good. Add that to the list. Nice. It is turned a different way, too. Weird. Oh, I think it's gonna show me, like, how the symbol should be aligned in each one. I get it. I get it, that's clever. I like this puzzle. This is a cute little puzzle. I just wish I didn't have to unlock each of these doors personally. Nope. Let's see, where's this one? The left room. So, on the wardrobe here? There we go. Well, I'm lucky I know the exact place in which to write it in my notebook, or else that seems kind of random to me. Like, the way, like, it's gonna line up to how we're writing it in the notebook, but there's no, like, basis for why we decided to write it in that corner of the room. At least I don't think so, at least. But it's a cute little puzzle, I can forgive it. Where's this one at? I can just remember those last two. So it's gonna be on this here. There we go. Last two are at the end of the hall, and oh, I see how. No, I see how he's writing it. Okay. Well, good thing he wrote it that specific way, or else the puzzle might be unsolvable. All right. Put that in. Oh, was this one on the bed? It said. It is, okay. Alright, I got it all. The circle marks that were indicated on the sketch. Now to try and figure out what the 6 corridors mean. Also try and work out what that note on the sketch for. I completely jumbled my words there. Well, let's get back to that elevator. Zoom! All this up. So let's see. So one should be facing like a little bit to the side. How does that help me? Two bell? Hold on. Wait, I'm a little bit confused now. I figured this would be like the alignment in which I need to do the thing. Let me see. Well, let me start with 3 and then closing. Is it like only some of these make sense and that's the one you have to do, or would be sideways? This one I'm a little bit confused by. So wait, hold on. Actually, it might, be easier. I'm gonna get like a screenshot of the. I'm just gonna keep a screenshot of the symbols on the back open next to me. I think that might help me a bit more. Yeah, let me get that. It'll be more reliable that way. There we go. Okay, I have it to my side now. Actually, I should probably let me get a screenshot of this too, so I can compare them. We gotta lock in. We gotta be smart. Let me put these up here. Let's see if we can't solve this. Alright, flip that on. Here we go. Let me look at these. So okay. So the top one should be turned a little, so that would make it like closing 3, but that doesn't really tell me anything. Q over 1 would be how the next one would end up, but that wouldn't be anything. At the third one would be like 3R, but just at an angle. Oh wait, no, hold on. There's 5. Wait, there's 6 symbols, but there's. This is really messing me up. I'm actually not sure what the solution to this is. Huh. Well, let me do the ones that are just actual symbols in here first before I do anything. So you have you got like Bell. No, Bell 5 isn't possible. Hold on. Do that one. Okay, what's a real one that could happen? 3R is the only thing that could reasonably happen. Okay, what now? Now what happens? Yeah, 3R is like the only thing that could actually happen on this sheet. I'm flabbergasted right now. I have no idea what this is. It wants 4 things from me. It wants 4 things. Huh. We are L2? No. Let me see if I can pull these additional screens up for so you guys can see too. Maybe you can help me. Maybe you can offer me some assistance here. You're all a bunch of clever folk. 1 second. Let's see, window capture. Here we go. I'll leave these up here. Then oh damn, I did as a reference instead of a duplicate. Remove. Give me the There we go. Okay, so here's what we're working with here. This is what we got to work with. I am very, very confused on what this all means exactly. One is in the top left, two is... But, like, what is that? How does this... I'm confused how these apply to each other, and in what way they apply to each other. I'm not seeing the connection here. Maybe here, can I get some... The awkward silence is killing me more than anything. Let me add a... Uh... There we go. At least you guys have some nice little tunes to listen to. But let's try to work this out. So, like, only 3R is the only thing that's, like, possible here. And I'm trying to understand what the direction of the symbols mean exactly. It's a bit... Like, the center kind of looks more like a compass, I guess? Or is this meant to be some... Like, we're trying to find the missing code or something? No, maybe you follow it? No, that doesn't work. It immediately goes to the left. Let's see. Oh, wait, hold on a sec. I think... I was looking at the... I think I get it, why some of these are impossible, but some of these aren't. Hold on. Because I noticed, like, the top one, the 9 one, like, neither of these are symbols that are possible. And there's no head that points directly up, so... That means that this is not even a factor, so let's say it's going this way, this way. Some of the heads, like, turn differently, too, depending on the, like, this one, zoop. It's turning right, that means its head's facing at 3 only. So... I pick just... Let me reset it real quick. So I'm gonna put 3. Second one would be left and down. Or I guess it would be left, so 1. 3, bottom left, looking right, so R. This would be down, looking left, but that one doesn't exist, so I'm gonna assume the opening the door. Okay, we haven't gotten a buzz yet. I think I'm on it. I think I'm cracked. 5 is looking this way. There's no A, so I'm assuming it's going to be 2. And the last one is... There's no 7, so it has to be closing. There we go. Okay, that was a toughie. That was a toughie one. Hold on. Let me get rid of my things here. That was a brain scratcher. I liked it, though. I gotta say, for anyone who ever has trouble with, like, puzzles and stuff, look to see if there's any patterns, or look if there's weird inconsistencies. Like, why would the heads be facing different on every condor? And those little... Looking at the little details really helps you put it together if you ever have any trouble with a puzzle. But let's get back into the proper game. Huh? The elevator starts to move. Wait, it stopped. Where is this? Looking at the dial, it seems I've stopped between the 4th floor and the roof. But why is it stopped here? Huh? What was that noise? There's an L-shaped bench in the corner of the elevator. A small hatch is opened up on the side of it. Well, I do have a key. Maybe if I try this key. I place the condor key into the keyhole. Got like a Resident Evil hotel in here. It worked. I lift up the side of the panel and the bench. Hello? What's this? Looks like a hidden entrance of some sort. Huh. Looks like it goes quite a way. Nothing for it but to go in. That's not unsettling at all. Alright, found it. Look at this! God help you if you have a bad back coming in here. No mistaking it. Must be the place. This is where Condor sold their stolen jewelry. Right, time to look around. A load of papers are scattered about the desk. There's a kind of ledger on the top of the table. What could it have been used for? Let's see. The first page of the ledger shows dates, transactions, and code words. Gold, silver, scarlet. Looks like I've struck the mother lode here. It's an item-by-item list of jewel sales. A yoink? It's an inkwell. It won't open. The ink must have hardened. Some sheets of writing paper have been left here. Damn, the handwriting's too smudged to read. We got a pretty big one, I'd say. I'm not gonna try typing on this thing. Dust would fly everywhere. Must have been a really long time since it was last used. There's a clock on the desk, but the hands have stopped. Kinda sad, really. There's an old-fashioned telephone on the desk. No cord, though. Guess it won't be making any long-distance calls. The ledger's a pretty big find. 3 hands of cards are sitting face down on the table. They look like they've been left in mid-game. Quite a while, too, judging by the dust. Round table covered in green felt. Classic poker table. Wonder why that was always the standard, to have felt. Some wooden boxes with text stamped on them are piled up next to the sofa. They're nailed shut. There's a dartboard on the wall. No darts in it, though. Never mind, I'm more of a billiards kind of guy myself. There's a sofa over by the wall. Looks like some kind of color's rubbed away. There's a framed picture of the classic card designs for the aces. Looks really old. There's a framed painting on the wall. I switch it on. Oh, wow! Damn, that's bright. What's the story with this one? Is there a diamond in there? Ah. But you really had to put this on everything? The framed picture of the classic card design for the... It's a condor that points to the diamond. Okay, a scarlet diamond. I see you. For the aces. Interesting. Shadow the condor has appeared under the cards. There's a shadowy outline of the condor on the wall. What's up with the shadow? The beak of the condor is pointing at a card. What could it be trying to say? Means lift it up, dum-dum. Three hands of cards are sitting face down on the table. They've been left mid-game. Framed painting on the wall. The light shine from the point of the painting. The painting is of a ship traversing the waves while a lighthouse guides the way. The lighthouse is beaming out a stream of light. And the light from the lighthouse. Surely this can't be. No way. We gotta get up to that lighthouse. We need to get up there immediately. This room's a goldmine for clues. Better search some more. No, let me go outside. I gotta get up to the stupid thing. Did I not examine the chair properly? What's going on? Poker table surrounded by wooden chairs. Poker table surrounded by chairs. They're very dirty and look pretty unreliable. Yeah, I think I'll just stand. I know where to go, though. Let go of me. What else do I have to? I'm pretty sure I examined everything in here. Let's see. Oh, is there more to this desk than I didn't get? Large wooden desk with a drawer. I'll see what's inside. Oh, I didn't actually examine the desk itself, that's why. That makes sense. 3 marker pens in different colors, red, black, and blue. Inside the drawer is an old brown envelope. Is something inside? Wait, what's this? Out of the envelope comes a small metal badge. At a closer glance, it appears to bear the police word. Bear the police words. Bear the words Los Angeles Police. It's an LAPD badge. What the hell would something like that be hidden in here? There's something else in the envelope. Out of the envelope comes an old photo. The photo shows 3 men. As I stare at the photo, I realize that I recognize the man wearing the hat on the right. Saw another photo of him before in Mags's room. It's him. That's George Patrice. On the left-hand side of the photo is a man wearing a tuxedo. He's got a name tag pinned to his chest. That tag, written plainly underneath the hotel's emblem next to the word manager, is the name Michael McGrath. I see. So this is Michael McGrath. There's a worried-looking man in the center who George has his arm around. Who is that man? I stare at the man in the photo, and suddenly there's a flash of realization and I know who he is. I recall where I saw him before. He was featured in that TV show. Now I'll be damned. It's a young Hugh Speck. This photo just shows how Hugh Speck and Condor are connected. Now I think I know the meaning of the police badge too. It's for collateral. It is a sign of his devotion to the cause. We got the Hugh Speck files. I leave the hidden chamber. I gotta show Frank. I gotta hook my boy Frank up, right? A picture containing a working lighthouse. Only one place I know in this apartment that's got a lighthouse. The roof. This is it. Time to get myself up there. I push the button for the roof. Oh, I guess not. Never mind. Fuck you, Frank. I would be pretty excited if I was Kyle too, so I can forgive him. Huh? The light's on in the lighthouse. Oh, did that switch turn it on outside? There's a shadow being cast on the brick wall thanks to the light from the lighthouse. The surface of the brickwork is slightly dirty. Strange, the brick looks newer than the others. Get it out. There it is. We found it. I got it. This is it, the Scarlet Star. I finally got my hands on the Scarlet Star. The coldness of the beautifully shining jewel spreads through my hand. Item, locate the Scarlet Star which disappeared at Hotel Cape West 25 years ago. So this is the thing you've been searching for, is it, Will McGrath? And with it comes the truth of what happened all those years ago. My dad made a promise with Frank to enable him to leave his shady past behind. He snuck into the manager's office, cracked open the safe, and stole the Scarlet Star. He was then supposed to go to the window and signal Frank using his flashlight. But the response to the signal never came. Then Michael McGrath arrived on scene, and he shot and killed my dad. Maybe when he died, he was clutching this very thing to his hands. My grip on the Scarlet Star tightens as I think of my dad's dying moments. The jewel gradually starts to grow warmer in my hands. Feels as though the stone is transcending the 25 years since it was held by him, bringing us together again. As I dwell on this, I feel a warm, melting kind of sensation from it. Looks like I'll be fulfilling the requirements of that order sheet after all. Time to give this to the one person left who bears responsibility for Kathy's death. Huh? Hello? The elevator opens and somebody emerges. Is that? Huh. Mags. Oh. Mr. Hyde. I assume I have you to blame for switching the lighthouse on, do I? Yeah, I did it all right. Then I must also assume that you entered the room. What? How did you know that there was a switch inside the room in the first place? What happened to you not even knowing where the place was? I apologize, but I lied. Naturally, I was aware of what the room contains, too. Let's do this, Mags. Why did you need to lie? If you knew about the hidden chamber, why did you need to lie? Let's just say I had no intention of discussing my knowledge of that room with anybody. I breathed a sigh of relief when I decided to sell off the building. Safe in the knowledge that the secret would disappear once the building was demolished. I suppose looking back, I was hoping for a little too much. I never imagined you'd take the snooping around and looking into the building's past. Then, Mr. Hyde, when you came around looking for information, I thought to myself, I can't keep hiding it if he found out this much. So I had to decide. On the one hand, I could leave while everything was still shrouded in secrecy. Or I could risk letting everything come to light. It was essentially a gamble. What do you mean by gamble? A gamble to see if you'd be able to find that room or not. So you gambled everything on me and whether I'd find it? Precisely. And it seems it ended just as I expected. What were you trying to hide? The crimes that he committed, of course. His time as Condor's ringleader, the stolen jewelry, and the illegal sales. Not to mention keeping it all under the LAPD's radar, despite one of them being involved. And lastly, the unfortunate killing of Kathy. The crimes committed by George here in this very building. They needed to be kept hidden. All of them. And I intended to do just that. I was planning to take these truths with me to the graves. But as we can both see, that proved futile. How'd you think it would end? I was fully aware that there was little hope that I'd keep everything a secret. I knew that if anyone could find that room, it would be you. You appreciated that what was at stake should you lose your gamble. Yes, but as soon as we started talking about the secret room, my mind was made up. If you found the room, I would lose my gamble, and then I'd need to let you in on everything I knew. If you failed, however, then I wouldn't need to talk to you on the subject any further. Then my gamble would have paid off. What makes you think I'd find it? I knew it would take a focused individual, and you more than fitted the description. I could see it in your eyes. Well, damn right I'm focused. You don't think I'd waste my time looking around this place without a good reason, do you? Well, no, of course not. I was truly surprised when you came to me and told me about what you knew 25 years ago. The fact that the safecracker Michael shot turned out to be your father? I doubt anyone could have anticipated that one. Yeah, what are the odds, huh? Maybe I knew, Mr. Hyde. Even as you arrived at my room today, I knew what was going to happen. Somewhere deep down, I must have realized that you would uncover the whole thing. Tell me something, Mr. Hyde. Have you found everything you were looking for? Yeah, I think I have. Michael's 13-year-old diary, the proof that connects the LAPD and Condor. Even the Scarlet Star. I've uncovered them all. You found the Scarlet Star? Certainly did. Michael McGrath left some helpful clues behind. It led me to the hidden chamber and helped me get to it. I have it now. Is that so? Here, take a look. So this is the Scarlet Star? Sure is. Your late husband didn't take the disappearance of it lightly and killed Kathy as a result. The Scarlet Star going missing was where this whole horrible ordeal began. Not quite. Condor's theft of the Scarlet Star in the first place is where it really started. If George Patrice were still alive, I'd be showing the thing to him, and we'd be having a very frank chat about his crimes. I'm sure you would, but as he's no longer with us, that will never happen. True. Same with Michael. You can have this back now, Mr. Hyde. What? I was only concerned with keeping it hidden, not keeping it for myself. Since you found it, you've earned the right to keep it. In fact, everything you found is as good as yours, the room and all its contents. Which by extension means that disposing of it all also falls to you. Are you sure about this? I am. Alright, I understand. Alright then. I suppose it's time for me to tell you everything. Will you listen to what I have to say, Mr. Hyde? All of it. Will you let me tell you about my foolishness in loving an evil man? I first met him when I was 19 years old. I was a dancer back then, and he was part of a band. I knew from the start that he was a bad person. He brought a different woman with him each time and used to keep dubious company. Despite all of this, I fell for him. But as soon as we began to live together, something became very apparent to me. I knew that I'd need to get used to dealing with times I loved him, and times I detested him. The strangest thing was, the more I became accustomed to the jealousy I felt, the more my desire toward him grew. It was a very strange position to be in. When he started dipping his feet into the world of crime, I began thinking that I needed to know everything he was involved in. So yes, before you say it, by keeping his wrongdoing secret, I became an accomplice. The feeling of guilt that arose from all the crimes was what chained us together. But inevitably, that wasn't a strong enough bond to keep our marriage alive. He became more and more distant from me as his feelings faded, until finally I could see there was no hope for a future together. Eventually, he and Kathy went on to betray me and Michael. Despite having full knowledge of their intimacy, there was no fuss made. I was perfectly content to just sit back and watch, now that my feelings had subsided. But after Kathy was murdered and I saw the taunting smile that appeared on his face, as he told me that I was going to have to keep one more secret, I finally started to realize that I'd made a grave mistake. I was partly responsible for the man he'd become. It came to me in a flash. I was the only person who'd be able to put an end to his misdeeds once and for all. And so on that day, I planned to shoot him using his own gun. But as it turned out, I wasn't to become a murderer that night after all. Somebody else had crept in, pointed a gun, and shot George instead. I just figured you were lying about that. Was real? It was none other than his friend Michael. Oh. When the deed was done, he looked me in the eye before striking me down with the gun. I woke up after being out cold. The first thing I noticed was that the gun that shot George was grasped in my right hand, with the now lifeless body of my husband laid out before me. He had died with the most atrocious look of pain across his face. One thing went through my mind as I stared at his dead eyes. Enough. He had gotten nothing short of what he deserved for the crimes he committed. I made one final promise to his agonized face, then. I vowed that I would keep his secrets even after his death, and not tell a soul. I intended to take those secrets with me into the next life, but from then on, I felt very much like a ship lost at sea with no lighthouse to guide me home. I drifted aimlessly in the darkness, tossed endlessly by the waves. You know what happened after that? I was arrested and held on suspicion of murder. I eventually faced that grueling trial. Despite my predicament, I remained silent and told the police and lawyers nothing. Do you know why I chose not to reveal the truth, Mr. Hyde? Well, I'll tell you. I wanted them to find me guilty, that's why. I felt it was only fitting. After all, I was fully intent on extinguishing George's life myself that night. But it seems that the greater powers than my own were at work then. Somehow the court found me innocent of the crime. And the money I inherited from George enabled me to buy the hotel. Part of the reason I snapped this place up was to maintain the secrecy. But I also felt that if I lived here, the lighthouse would be my guide to help me traverse the waves and survive the darkness. Looking back, maybe I was just clinging on to my foolish ideals. But the fact remains, I failed in my attempts to keep what he did secret. And that brings us right back to here and now, where I'm telling you everything. And that's the end, Mr. Hyde. There's no more. I expect you're overwhelmed with anger at this foolish woman's confession, am I right? I really wish I hadn't needed to tell anybody what I've just told you. You're kidding me, right? I beg your pardon? Surely you've been wanting to offload this entire thing onto somebody for years. I mean, keeping all this pent up for so long. You must be dying to tell anybody who'd listen. Mr. Hyde... I admit it, you're right. I've been languishing in my guilt for what seems like an eternity. I just couldn't see it through to the end. I know I made the decision myself, but I just wanted to put my love for another ahead of my own feelings. I never thought doing so could lead to so much turmoil. But it's true. I've been feeling like this for quite some time now. I desperately wanted somebody I could sit down and talk to. It's been horrible. As I stare at Mags crying her eyes out, I think to myself, there must be so many people around the world forced to keep burdens on their own. And one thing's for sure, I'm one of them. Knowing the truth behind my dad's death and uncovering the hidden deeds behind it still don't go far to erase the unbearable things I've had going around in my mind. I understand the pain she's feeling, I really do. Now she's in front of me in tears after telling me everything. After spending all that time keeping an unbearable truth to herself. The more she cries, the easier the burden will become, so it won't actually disappear. I suppose the least I can do is wait quietly here until she's done crying. Miss Patrice, if you stay here much longer, you're gonna catch your death. Here, let me help you up. Thank you, but I'm fine, Mr. Hyde. I can stand on my own. I've never needed anybody's help, and I have no intention of changing that now. Mag stands up and I notice there are no longer any tears in her eyes. Her eyes are now fixed on the light bursting forth from the lighthouse. We just stand there and stare. Silently, we gaze up at the lighthouse. Soon we'll be leaving this lighthouse behind forever. I wonder if I'll be okay without it to guide me through the darkness. Max continues to mutter things to herself. I'm unable to respond. I just continue staring up at the lighthouse without saying a word. I can see the honesty. Comparatus. Comparatus? That's the word. Made that up. Even though Mags has left the roof, I'm still standing around here. I don't feel like dragging myself back to my room. I decide to take one last trip to the 4th floor. I enter room 406 and open the curtains. I brush aside the dust that's covering the window and peer outside. Through the dirty window, I observe the scene beyond. It's the cold, damp view I'm so accustomed to seeing, the picturesque city at night. Never thought I'd see the last view my dad ever laid eyes on. But of course, what my dad saw must have been slightly different. 25 years have passed since my dad was killed. And now the age he was then, standing in the same room and looking out the same window. What did he see when he stared out through it? What was he expecting to see? I may have uncovered what happened then, but I'll never know what he was thinking. There's one thing I know for certain, though. He was standing by this window because he made a choice. A choice which was made with me and Mom in mind. I close the curtains and let the memory of my dad rest at last. Damn, man. Kyle. It's my phone. I reach out from beneath the covers of my bed and make a move to grab the receiver. Hello? Morning, Kyle. Rachel? Hey. Oh, it's our mom. I got a call from Ed last night. He told me everything. Seems you've been keeping things from me. He what? Well, it's not like that. I wasn't keeping anything from you. Then why didn't you just tell me yourself? I mean, Ed's going to the hospital is pretty serious and all. Oh, right, that. What else would it be? Is there something else you're not telling me? Well, no, of course not. I don't feel it's the right time to let Mom know about the truth behind Dad's death. Guess I can't put it off forever, though. Ed told me something nice, too, though. He said you're not the good-for-nothing you used to be. And what's that supposed to mean? Relax, it's just his way of paying you a compliment. Besides, I was really happy to hear him say that. Well, listen, Ma. Yes? You remember the chat we had a couple of days ago? The one about why you and Dad were together? Yes, I remember. I've been doing some thinking about Dad since then. If I can't put his crimes into the past, I'd like to come and visit you. Maybe then you could tell me a bit more about him. I'd be happy to, Kyle. I turn on the tap, splash some water on my face, throw on some clothes. Time to give Rach a call. Red Crown, how may I help you? It's me. Morning, handsome. I'm done with the order. You mean you found the item? Yeah, and that and the truth from 25 years ago. Should I pass you over to Ed? No need, I'll probably come into the office later anyway. Best give Ed a heads up first, though. Will do. So I guess I'll be seeing you then. I'll be waiting, Kyle. I love you, Rachel. I always have. Before I do anything else, I'd better fill Frank in on what happened yesterday. Yeah, Frank deserves to know. We gotta let Frank know. At the room 302. Mr. Hyde. Hey, Frank. What did you find out in the end? Did you manage to uncover anything significant? Yeah, you could say that. That's why I'm here, actually. Please, tell me what you know. I gained access to the hidden chamber Condor used for their secret sales. A hidden chamber? That's what I said. Seems there's been a secret room here ever since the place was a hotel. Wasn't easy to find, though. Only way to get in was via a secret hatch in the elevator. I'm stunned! So you actually entered this chamber? Oh, damn right I did. And not just that, I found some pretty interesting things there. They should be just what you're looking for. What? Here. Mr. Hyde, could this be? It's a ledger containing all the details of the jewel sales that Condor made. I believe that pretty much covers what you've been trying to find, am I right? And these! What you got there is a picture showing Hugh Speck together with Condor and an LAPD badge. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this should provide you with enough evidence to nail Speck. Mr. Hyde! I thank you. Yeah, what's wrong? I'm sorry, please understand how emotional this is for me. I've hoped for this day for such a long time now. It's been quite a wait. Mr. Hyde, thanks to your efforts, I now have all the proof I need to take that man down. The rest you can safely leave to me. Yeah, break a leg. Just one more thing, though, Frank. What is it? Once you've blown the whistle on Speck, what do you do next? Where are you gonna go after that? What? Worried that this old man might have nowhere to go? Please don't trouble yourself with such worries. I've got no wish to throw myself into the care of my children. In fact, after Hugh Speck's wrongdoings has been exposed to the world, I intend to move to Idaho and live out my days there. Idaho? Yes. A colleague of mine from the force has a farm there. He's been telling me for years to come down and visit. It's about time I took him up on it. Well, sounds like you're all set. Let's make a deal then. I give you the proof you've been after. And you promise to send me some of the potatoes you're gonna grow down there, alright? A deal. I'll be sure to send some your way. Look at that smile. Now I must be going. Give your kids a call, Frank. Come on. Frank returns to his room. That ties up that one. I'd better think about visiting an estate agency before heading to the office. Oh, the music. See if we can say goodbye to everyone. Hey, Charles. Good morning, Mr. Hyde. When are you leaving this place, Charles? I'll be going on the 29th. I see. You got any plans to go back to France? Not yet. What? I want to stay here in LA and study some more. I'm going to try and convince my grandfather to let me stay for one more year. You think you can get him on board? Well, if I can. I intend to work and pay my own tuition fees. No more allowances from him. Sounds like a plan. Doesn't sound like it's gonna be easy, but knowing you, you'll find a way. I hope so. Anyway, see you later. Charles goes back into his room. See you around, Charles. Is there something if I ring Dylan's room? Nah. Makes sense. Not here. Well, you know, no Zoom. Let's go out the slow way. Marie's not gonna be there. Maybe Betty's around. No answer. Looks like Betty's not home. I gotta say bye to Tony. I can't not say bye to Tony. Who's there? It's me, Kyle. Oh, Hyde. I'm sorry, man, but I'm about to go out. I see. Aw, we don't get to say goodbye? Alright, Tony. I see how it is. Can't make time for me. Mr. Hyde? Huh? Oh, Mr. Hyde! Good morning, Mr. Hyde. Hey, what's up? You seem chirpier than usual, if that's possible. Can you guess? Oh, come on, tell me. What's up? My mom's here. She's chatting up with Dad right now. Is that so? Yeah. And what's more, they seem to be getting along really well. I don't want to jinx it, but this could be their second chance. Well, let's hope your luck's in. I've got you to thank for this, Mr. Hyde. Me? What did I do? Well, you and Dad talked about it, didn't you? You told him few families actually managed to get back together. And there are a lot that really want to, but simply can't. Well, yeah, that sounds like the kind of thing I'd say. Claire? Huh? Oh, Dad! Claire! Hi there, Hyde! Hey, Sydney. Dad, where's Mom? It's no use, Claire. I don't think I can handle it on my own. I've run out of things to say when it's just the two of us. Dad... Mom's not expecting the world, you know? Just be yourself. But Claire... I just found a website from a dude named Mohammed who's looking for a wife, so he made a website and put up billboards looking for a wife. Well, good for him. He's on that hustle. He's on that grind. You can't hate him for trying. Just take it slowly and try not to get flustered. Don't try to rush through it. Enjoy your time you have together. Claire. Anyway, gotta get back to the cafe. Better think about heading back too, unless you want to keep Mom waiting. Yeah, fair enough. See you later, Mr. Hyde. Yeah, bye. Claire walks back to the cafe. Aw, jeez. Whole thing isn't as easy as it looks. Hey, Sydney. Think you better do what Claire says. After all, these things take time. I guess you're right. I'll give it my best shot. Dad! I guess that's my cue. Speak to you later, Mr. Hyde. Sydney heads back to the cafe. That's cute. I hope everything works out for them. Yo, Hyde! Huh? There you are, Tony. Yo, what up, Home Slice? Hey, what's up with you? Carrying your guitar around with you at this time in the morning? Well, got me a job. No kidding, a job? It's okay, Hyde. You don't gotta have to be so emotional. I got a gig. The venue's a bit small, but they picked up my act after hearing my song on the radio. I've been signed up to play from today for a whole week, you know? Well, that's great, man. Good stuff for you. There's just one little hitch. They want me to play them something really new on the last day. Which is cool and all, but I don't have any new material. I've been going over it in my head, and I'm coming up with zilch. Oh, cut the crap. Stop worrying about it and just do it. What? I'm pretty sure that if you put your mind to it, you can write something new. You know how tough life can get? You got a nice girl, you've even been knocked out. Surely you got no end of subject matter to work with. You know what? You're right. Guess I better give it a shot. How you feeling after last night, anyway? A lot better now. No sleep spray's gonna keep me down. How about you? How'd the treasure hunt go? The treasure hunt? I'm finished with that now. Yeah, you're done? It turns out the information wasn't entirely truthful. What do you mean? It was all devised by some shady types to get us to play their game. So we were taken out by those same shady characters? Right, and that's why I decided to get out while I still could. Better not pry into it. Damn, that's serious stuff. I guess all our dreams about becoming stinking rich have gone up in smoke, huh? Yeah, I guess they have. Oh, hey, Hyde. I'm gonna be recording my demo tape tomorrow. So you got yourself a studio? Sure did. That 1K you gave me really was plenty to set up a real sweet place. Hey, glad to hear it. You and me both. And once I got my sound recorded on a demo tape, sky's the limit. One step closer to your dream, I suppose. Hyde, I just want you to know, as soon as I've got the cash, I'm gonna pay you back. Every last penny. Yeah, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Now, cut me some slack, man. I'm being serious here. Whoa! Hello, Mr. Wolf. Long time no see. I trust you're well. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Your timing's perfect, actually. I was hoping to ask you something. What is it? Regarding your rent, I was just curious to hear when you'll be settling the total amount you still owe me. I'm sorry about that, but it's cool. I'm gonna pay it off soon. I got some work that's gonna be bringing in the cash. So don't you worry, you'll get your rent soon enough. I see, you seem quite confident about it. I'm prepared to take you at your word. Please come and see me once you're in a position to settle your debt. Oh, thanks, Miss Patrice. Hey, Tony, aren't you supposed to be somewhere? Oh, damn, you're right. I gotta split. Wish me luck, dude. The Tonester. He's somewhat different from before, wouldn't you say? He is. He managed to look me in the eye and tell me straight, much more confident. I feel a lot more inclined to believe what he has to say when his attitude's like that. I wonder what brought on his sudden change. Hey, you're not so different yourself, you know. What? Well, like you, he's been weighed under by problems and couldn't get any help. Now he's overcome that, and you've seen the result. I see your point. Hey, Miss Patrice, what are you gonna do with yourself after you leave the place? I must confess I haven't really given the matter much thought. But now that you mention it, maybe it's about time I did. Part of me just wants to get out of here, maybe on a cruise. Somewhere with a lighthouse to guide us at night. What do you think, Mr. Hyde? Maybe you'd care to join me? I think I'll give it a miss. I'm not really one for long, drawn-out cruises. I see. Well, that's probably for the best. Especially seeing as you have more pressing matters to attend to. Meaning? Well, like finding a new place to live, for one. It's only you and Mr. Wolf who are yet to decide on a place. Yeah, maybe it's time I gotta move on. I'd really appreciate it if you did. There's still a lot on my plate to take care of without having you two to worry about. Though I'm sure you appreciate that more than the others would. Yeah. Anyway, I must be going, Mr. Hyde. Max returns to her room. Alrighty then. Time for me to head out of here too. Oh, my pager. Huh? I'll take it easy. What's the hurry? I'll be there as soon as I can, Rachel. Here we go. Everyone, been an honor to finish out the story of Kyle Hyde. And on to new things. Kyle Hyde. That was a very good sequel. I think I might like that more than Hotel Dusk, but I think Hotel Dusk got me more emotional by the end of it. This was a very good game still, though. Again, it's not exactly what I would want out of a mystery game. I still enjoyed it, though. It was very noir, where it doesn't need to be like a deep, crazy mystery. It's just people being people. You know? Just some of humanity's worst. Like this guy. This guy right here, the worst character ever invented. Just, you know. Human beings, bad, good. Somewhere in between. There's a lot of sides to people you don't really know, even people you might live next to. You don't know what they're going through or what led them to be living right next to you, but it don't mean they're not people. Well, I like to imagine Dylan will die eventually. Now, if I'm correct, there might be a secret ending to this for doing like a perfect run with no screw-ups. Let me look into that real quick while the credits are going. If you want to share your thoughts on the game as well, by all means. Steph, I want to wait till the end. There might be a little special something. I do like that you don't really resolve the main issue. You just learn. You just get some closure. Oh, look at him. Look at him rocking out. These games are very cozy to me in the same way that, like, Layton games are cozy to me, kinda. And the studio is very good at just... I gotta respect their just desire to not only make a interesting game, but to utilize the hardware that they're using to the fullest. Like, having a puzzle where you need to slightly close the DS and then, like... and, like, the amount of things that required the DS's unique capability, like closing the DS when Marie looked away to grab her off the roof, and things like... It's cool. It's very passionate to use the hardware, and I hear that it continues. They have 2 more games that they made before they went defunct that were made on the Wii, and it got ported to the Switch to not great results, but I would like to play those games as well. I think they're called like Secret Code or Another Code or something like that. Yeah, no, it was more just like we were just learning about people more than actually solving anything. We just got to know the people that we lived by for even, like, I think Kyle says he didn't really know the people he lived by that well. Learned their story and learned what happened. There's a chance at a better future now that the information's all out there, but something about crawling into that room and knowing that no one's been in that secret room for like 25 years. Wait, I normally love utilizing the DS, but when The Legend of Zelda told me to scream into my DS for a discount while I was in public, it was real tough. Wait, what? Was there like a mechanic where you had to like yell at like a shopkeeper or something, and it would like give you, it would cost like less rupees to... What was... That's funny, what is that? Oh, wait. The final results of the election are now in. LA's new mayor is John Taylor. Yeah, fuck you, Hugh Speck. Born and bred in the locality, this man's steady campaign has won him the position. He shares a firm handshake with his running opponent, Hugh Speck. Speck, the runner-up of the campaign, had this to say. Regardless of the outcome, I will continue to represent the good of the people. I lied. We apologize for the interruption, but breaking news has just come in. The Museum of Natural History has received an anonymous donation. The donation consists of a large, pristine diamond. The diamond itself is a well-known jewel, the famous Scarlet Star. It was stolen from the French jeweler Chaunet 25 years ago in Los Angeles. Experts examining the diamond recognized it as the Scarlet Star right away. Due to its distinctive appearance, it is absolutely priceless stone. I repeat. The Museum of Natural History has received an anonymous donation. Look at you, Kyle. Look at you, Kyle. The end. I figured he wouldn't be able to keep that thing. He wouldn't have wanted it. I will save my progress, even though I will more than likely never be playing this game again. It's kind of sad, in a way. I don't know, like, for this game in particular, just the idea of it being a... Okay, I'm gonna sound like a psychopath saying this, but, like, it's sad that I'm, like, looking at this game, and I'm as much beauty and love put into it, I'm looking at it, I'm like, I will probably never play this game again. It'll never be seen by my eyes again, probably. There's something sad about that. I don't know. Just like a... But everyone else here got to experience it again. It's kind of like... Epilogue and extras added? What? What are these things that got added? But let me guess over to the ending thing. This has been a fun adventure. Because I know the Hotel Dusk game had always been something I've been interested in. I knew it was a cult classic, and I knew it would be very difficult to stream given what the method I am streaming it through. But this was very... I can understand why so many people love it. It is such good writing, such a unique style, and such an interesting approach to gameplay that it's a very... No other game could really be made like that, and I think that's why it didn't get popular, is because it's made in such a way that isn't appealing to like a lot of people. But I'm happy I could wipe the dust off this old game and appreciate it even after all these years. I'm sure all the people who worked on it would be just as happy to see that people are still playing it whenever they get the chance. That's why I do this, really. That's why I dumpster dive all the time. That's why I'm always looking for the next mystery game to grab, because there is someone out there who puts their heart and soul into making a game that they believe in, and then no one plays it. And I like to be that person who does. I'm always saying, recommend me mystery games. Find me random mystery games that might be good, and I will give them up. And they might be bad too. I don't know, but I like to look back. I like collecting all these mystery games for my hoard. I'm glad you were all here to see me play it as well. It was nice to have the company. But for now, my voice hurts. I love that game, but my voice hurts. So what to do with that? We're gonna throw it over to a good old buddy pal of the channel. We're gonna throw it over to Yoons, because Yoons is amazing. They're live right now, and they're in chat right now in this stream. Granted, they're lurking, but they're a sweetheart, and I think they deserve it. Random note, but the D&D channel link in your description does. Oh, that's because I changed the name. That's why. If you here, let me link. If you do D&D here. Oh no, it doesn't work anymore because I changed the. I'm stupid. Hold on. I will give you an actual link if you're curious to see the. You're curious to see about that D&D world. We'll pull that up real quick. Thank you for pointing that out. I didn't realize that had messed that aspect up. I will fix that post haste. There you go. If you want to give that a sneak a peek at that. But like I said, we're gonna throw it over to Yoons. They're great. We love Yoons here. We're nearing the end of that campaign too, so if there were a time to catch up, it would be now. It's not much. It's only like about 100 hours of campaign stuff that's happened. But let me get the raid going. They're in the final case of the third Ace Attorney game. Of by the end of Trials and Tribulations. So if you want to avoid spoilers, be careful of that. I don't think it'll be too spoiler where they are right now, but you can. I'd say as long as you say, "Hey, I'm happy." They deserve the views. They're great. But we're gonna be wrapping up. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for walking me through this lovely time with Kyle Hyde. And I ask that you all remember, stay quality, mistakes. Go show you some love.